between the Mexico Tigers and Jamesville-DeWitt Red Rams. JD won the opening coin toss. They deferred, so Mexico just will receive. And really big for the Tigers to start off hot. Last week against Phoenix, they were down 30-7 at half.
A big opportunity for the Tigers here to have a big return as well. Although Dominic Alfano is out, he took one back all the way to the house last time out. So let's see who their other returner they have in, with Dominic Alfano missing today's game.
Again, Alfano, so versatile. A pair of touchdowns, the 80-yard kickoff return, also an 8-yard rush TD last week, and the loss to Phoenix. 51-41 was the final score. JD to kick it away, Mexico to receive. The Tigers move right to left in their black jerseys, orange helmets, black stripes, white numbers.
Don't forget about the pink socks too, Ryan. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, October. And they are shining out. They're sticking out like a sore thumb on these uniforms.
Also senior night here, a lot of special events. Bryce Dady on a kick it away for JD. Boots it up in the air, sails end over end, return near side by Mexico inside the 20, 25, 30. There goes the returner. Space over the midfield, 50, 45, 41 man a beat, and he's struck down at the 38. Number 4, Nevin Dermody, the star running back for this team, off with a long kick return early, and Mexico set up in JD territory to start things off.
That's how you get the crowd into it on senior night. A very hot start. You said it, Ryan. That's what they needed, and that's exactly what they got. A huge return puts them at the JDW 37-yard line. A very strong opportunity for Mexico to start off hot.
55 yards, the official distance on the kickoff return. Mexico starts at the JD 38-yard line on the right hash, moving right to left. Mack, the quarterback, stands under center. Behind him is Jonathan Greeno. Man in motion, left to right, snap to Mack, toss to Greeno, far side, around the numbers 40, 35, breaking tackles, 30, down the near sideline, and scurries his way towards the 22.
It seems like Mexico has come out with a fire early on. 2 huge plays to start the game. They're already on the door of the red zone. I've been watching a little bit of film on this Mexico team, too. It seems like they run a lot of those tosses, triple options, a lot of trickeration. Be on the lookout for that kind of formation again and again tonight.
Well, Mexico, 4 players with over 200 rush yards, very heavy on the ground. Gain of 13 on that previous play and a first down. Mack stands under center at the 22. Behind him is Greeno. Man in motion, left to right, snap to Mack, face toss right side, rolls out towards the right, pressure, gets away from a first sack, now tosses one down the far sideline. It's hauled in by his tight end. Making a tiptoeing grab is Wyatt Chamberlain for a gain of 5.
How about the Houdini-esque escape from the quarterback, Braden Mack, almost dragged down for a loss of about 10. Instead, turns that into a positive play.
On further review, they'll say it's incomplete. Chamberlain, right foot was out of bounds. And so it's a second down and 10 for Mexico. Moving right to left at the JD 22. No score, almost a minute into this one. Mack stands again under center for the third straight play. Behind him, Greeno. Chamberlain in motion right to left. Snap to Mack. Toss to Greeno near side. Past the 25, scuttling by defenders. 20, still on his feet. Wraps around a tackle and taken down at the 12 along the numerals.
Great contact balance from Greeno there. Had 2 touchdowns in the last game versus Girdlebow. Both coming in the fourth quarter. Seems that his legs are still fresh and churning.
Greeno a gain of 10 and a second first down on this drive for the running back. The ball placed at the JD 12-yard line. Mexico threatening early here. Mack stands in the pistol, now moves up under center. Nobody behind him. Man in motion, left to right, snap. It's a toss, far side to his receiver. Runs towards the far side 10. Now cuts back inside 5. Extends for the end zone, and he's in. Touchdown, Mexico. It's Nevin Dermody, the man who made the kickoff return, strikes again, and the Tigers lead 6-0, 10.5 minutes to go in the opening quarter.
Perhaps a little surprising, that was Nevin Dermody's first touch that wasn't on the kickoff. And, of course, he's dangerous with the ball in his hands. He's the leading rusher for Mexico. Punches in the first score of the day.
The Tigers will try for an extra point. To kick it away is Wyatt Dan. Snap, kick, up, sails through the uprights. It's good. And the Tigers have a 7-0 lead. Again, 10.5 minutes to go in the open quarter. Talk about really just a start for Mexico after getting down early last week, kind of enforcing their will, and they just ran all over JD. No problem.
Right, and that's a big thing for this Mexico team, especially with the first half points being a huge decider for postseason contention. If they can continue this hot start, then they might be looking at home field advantage regardless of the result, thanks to that promising first drive.
And now JD, obviously, after a group end, starts obviously just with quarterback play and everything like that. They've been held to 8 points through their last 3 games. It'll be crucial if they want to stay in this game, if they can get off to that hot start.
Yeah, you mentioned quarterback play. Anthony Guidoni, their starting quarterback, has been basically their entire offense. We were talking about it before the game. Their leading passer and rusher, over 300 yards on the ground for the quarterback, the only member of the Red Rams to have that.
Dan will kick it away. JD moves left to right in their white jerseys, red helmets, black pants, white socks. Mexico up 7-0, 10.5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Dan puts the right arm in the air, drops it, and boots this one away. A squib kick past the 40-30, bounces at the 25, taken out by JD in between the hashes. The returner moves to the 45, about a return of 10 yards.
On the tackle was number 1, Aiden Berriger, the running back and defensive back. According to his Max Preps accounts, runs a 4.640. Showed it off there on the kickoff coverage to bring down the returner.
Took down Joseph Velasco immediately to the ground. JD on the field at their own 36, in between the hashes. Quarterback Guidoni stands in the gun, trips right the formation. One man out left. Early movement on the lines, and flags fly in the defensive backfield.
Could go either way. Looks like the defense jumped first. Offsides is called against Mexico. A few members of that D-line jumped a little early, Ryan.
And not the way you want to start defensively if you're Mexico, giving JD free yards, and they're already at the 40-yard line. No offensive plays.
Interesting formation for JD, too. They had 1 passing yard in their last game, lining up in the trips early, looking to pass perhaps.
Once again, trips right. Guidoni in the gun, crouches down, extends the arms, the snap. Hand off to his running back, scoots up the middle, and plows his way for about a gain of 4 towards the 45.
Zion Garlick took the carry there, number 99, one of 14 freshmen on the varsity squad for Jamesville-DeWitt.
This team, a lot of inexperience, and you really wonder if that has to do with the struggles in October. The ball at their own 44-yard line. Guidoni 5 yards behind center. 2 receivers out right, 1 out left. Man in motion left to right. Guidoni snap. Fake sweep, takes himself left side around the hashes and pummeled down at the 47. Give him 3 on the play. It is enough to move the chains. First down and 10 for JD at their own 48.
Seth Wilson on the tackle, one of the many seniors honored for Mexico tonight. It is their senior night, the last game of the regular season, and they're looking to put on a show in front of their home crowd.
They lead 7-0, under 10 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Guidoni in the gun. Snap. Toss left side to his running back around the numerals, 50. Cuts down the far sideline, 45, and pushed out of bounds at the 40. It's a gain of 11 and enough for a first down. Number 99, Zion Garlick with the run.
Garlick coming into the day had very little, if any, game time for this Jamesville-DeWitt squad. Late in the season, injuries piling up. Maybe you want to see some fresh faces for the future. He's got a first down, his the second of the day for JDW.
JD with the ball at the 41 of Mexico. They move left to right. Guidoni in the gun. Back is Garlick. Snap. Handoff Garlick. Barrels left side, running by defenders, and pushes his way forward for about 4. Taken down from behind by about 3 Mexico players. Second down and 6 for JD.
And look out for JD to keep going with those power runs right between the tackles. They've got some meat in the middle of that line. Led by number 66, Hayden Fleet. He's a pulling guard. His huddle highlights have him absolutely destroying some dudes at the second level. So And Mexico, on the other hand, is a team that's allowed over 300 yards on the ground in their past 2 contests. That could be a matchup to look out for throughout the game, Ryan.
JD down 7-0, but moving the ball, no problem at the Mexico 35. Man in motion left to right. It's a sweep near side to the receiver. Runs past the 40, 35, and pushed down right there. That's Benjamin Stone with the sweep from far side to near side. A gain of a couple and a 3rd down coming up for JD.
Johnson, the 4th on the carry. Hit hard by number 4, Nevin Dermody, and number 1.
Nevin Dermody, interestingly enough, in on that tackle, just scored the touchdown on the last possession. Now making his presence felt on the defensive end. That's going to be a theme for this Mexico team. A lot of players playing both ways with a lighter than usual roster.
Dermody not the only one with a big presence. The crowd getting into it. Guidoni in the gun at the 36. Snap high to his chest. Throws left side of Lauber. Pass bobbled and incomplete at the far side 20.
Incomplete pass, sets up.
Guidoni had a receiver covered by about 2 defenders, bobbled it in the air, couldn't hold on. That was number 2, Salatha Willis, who was the intended receiver. And it's 4th down for JD.
An interesting decision for JD coming up right now. They're at around the 36-yard line. Of course, in the NFL and college, this is prime field goal kicking territory, but perhaps, no, the offense is going to stay out there on a 4th and 5.
Under 8.5 minutes to go. JD down 7-0. They line up in the eye at the 36. 4th down and 6. Snap to Guidoni. Toss near side to his running back. Scooting by defenders. Extends for the line. It's close. Both sides point towards the opposite direction.
99 finesse on the JD carry. Hit by number 1, Aiden Berger.
Still no signals. The referee's talking it over. And now they'll say it's Mexico football.
Garlic came oh so close to the line to gain a clutch tackle right at the waist to bring him to the turf. And now this Mexico team has a chance to pour it on even more. That was probably the best shot JD had to silence the crowd a little bit.
Garlic really did all the running on that drive. Couldn't get it done. But some good ball movement for JD nonetheless on their opening drive. Mexico with the ball at their own 31, moving right to left. Up 7-0, under 8.5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Max stands under center, twin set to either side. Man in motion left to right, that's Chamberlain. Snap, toss far side of the running back. Dermody running around the numbers 30, 35, and wrapped around down towards the 36.
I believe that was number 20, Greeno, on the carry. He's been making the weak sides of this defense pay. I like what Mexico does, bringing that tight end over to create a mismatch in the open field against that secondary. It's always good for at least 5 yards.
Second down and 5, the official down and distance. Mexico moving right to left at their own 37 on the right hash. Max stands under center. Behind him, Greeno. Man in motion right to left. Snap to Mack. Looks right, throws a screen near side, caught by his receiver, barreling by the numbers at the 50, plowing his way by defenders, and bullies his way forward towards the near side 42. Nevin Dermody with the reception, running along the near side. It's a 1st down for Mexico inside JD territory.
Every big play we've seen from Mexico in this first quarter has come from Nevin Dermody. Every time you put the ball in his hands, he does something special with it. Had the touchdown earlier. Now with that huge reception on the first pass of the game, first completed pass of the game for Mexico.
22 yards, the official distance on that play. Mack under center at the JD 43. Dermody in motion left to right. It's a toss to Dermody far side. Runs around defenders at the 45, but he can't go anywhere. Tried to break one tackle, but eventually wrapped around down at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 1 and a 2nd down and 11 for Mexico.
Credit Braden Hennessy saying coming through the line and disrupting that play. The first negative play so far of the day for Mexico, thanks to the linebacker who's also a wrestler for JD.
Dermody really hasn't been stopped much at all today, but they just couldn't use the bulk. They'll say it's a fumble and it's JD football. Interesting call. No discussion, really. The ball at the JD 45, snap to the quarterback, looks downfield, lost one over the numbers. It's hauled in by an open receiver who runs towards the 30. Anthony Guidoni going deep, airing it out, found an open man.
That's Guidoni to number 12, Johnson the fourth
with the reception, and JD moves the chains.
Gain of about 25 there. Johnson has been the receiver that they've been trying to go to, and just like that, Ryan, with that completed pass, they already have more passing yards than they did all of last game.
Johnson only 5 receptions for 31 yards in the season, but getting involved early as JD calls their first charge timeout. They have 2 remaining. Mexico 3 left. We'll go to break. JD trying to drive when we get right back here on CNY Stream. Welcome back into CNY Stream alongside Jish Sokolsky. I'm Ryan Randoni. Jamesville-DeWitt just called its first timeout back on the field at the Mexico 19, driving 2 drives, second time already in the Tigers' territory.
Right. 7-0. Mexico leads over Jamesville-DeWitt. Just under 6 minutes to go. This is a huge possession for JD, who just got the ball back via fumble.
They line up in the I formation. Early movement on the lines and flags fly. Looked like possibly on the center of the defensive line, somebody jumped the neutral zone.
Looks like they might call it against the nose tackle, number 68, Benjamin Mills. Second time tonight, Mexico has jumped on a hard count from JD. The underdog coming in, doing whatever they can to gain the competitive advantage. They're playing scrappy so far.
No penalties for JD, 2 for Mexico. Mexico both pre-snap. The Red Rams with the ball at the 15-yard line. It's a second down and 5. They line up again in the I formation. Guidoni, snap, handoff to his fullback, scoots up the middle in between the hashes and mows forward towards the 10. Give him about 4 on the play. Number 55, Bryce Dady with the carry. Second down and 1 for JD.
Bryce Dady, that's a name to look out for. He was the one who delivered the opening kickoff for JD. Also a starting linebacker for this Red Ram squad, is 3rd on the team in tackles with 20.
5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. JD up 7-0 at the Mexico 10, moving left to right. They stand again in the I formation. Guidoni snap, handoff to his running back, barreling forward up the middle, but he doesn't have much. Maybe 1 at most.
Taken down by number 13, Jack Bingham.
Close to move the chains, and now they will say it's a first down. Carry was made by Anthony Varag, and first down for JD. The ball at the 7-yard line of Mexico. 3rd straight play, JD lines up in the I formation. Early movement on the lines, and flags come in again. My, oh my, the pre-snap penalties keep flying.
Crowd begging for a false start, but it will be offsides yet again. Looked like the far side edge rusher just jumped offsides, number 28. It makes an even easier situation for the Red Rams, have been really taking advantage of the lack of discipline from Mexico thus far.
Mexico, all the big plays, but really seeming to hand JD 3 opportunities. The ball at the 5-yard line of the Tigers. JD in the I formation. Guidoni under center. Snap. Rolls out towards his left, looking for a lane. 1 man chasing him. Around the 10 he goes, 5. Scoots by a defender, spin move, extending for the goal line. And they'll say he's just short. Inside the 1 he ran on the far sideline. Had a nice spin move, but couldn't get there. It's a second down and goal for JD.
Naked bootleg for Guidoni, their best athlete by far. The lefty could have passed rolling out to his dominant side, but He's just spun down right at the 1 yard line. Good stand for Mexico.
Red Rams down 7-0, threatening. Under 4 minutes to go in the opening quarter. They stand in the I formation. Gadoni snap, handoff to his fullback. He scoots up the middle, extends for the goal line, and is in for the touchdown. Number 55, Bryce Dady gets it done, running up the gut. And JD strikes back. 7-6 Mexico, under 4 minutes to go in the opening quarter.
You know, the eye test, when it comes to size, favors JD. A lot of big boys in that interior offensive and defensive line. They were able to just impose their will against the Tigers on the 1 yard line.
JD will go for the extra point. None other than Dady on to kick it away. Doing it all here. Snap, kick is blocked by Mexico, and the try's no good.
How about Aiden Berriger, number 1, making a lot of special teams plays. Then after the tackle on the kickoff, blocks that kick to maintain the Mexico lead. There's that 4-6 speed, Ryan.
And after all those mistakes, something like that could really be a momentum changer for this Mexico team. Something you need after a fumble going into this next Tigers drive.
Absolutely. And I think, again, it's a missed opportunity for JD to snatch the momentum back. They did a good job getting into the end zone, but you got to tie the game here to silence this crowd a little bit. They've come out in full force, in full support of their seniors tonight.
Well, under 4 minutes to go in the opening quarter, Mexico up 7-6. It is noted, JD just their second touchdown in their last 4 games. They had 8 points combined through 3 contests coming into today.
You can argue that they're starting to figure it out. That only touchdown came late in the fourth quarter against South Jefferson last game. Perhaps Bryce Dady getting some work offensively, something that we haven't seen so much this season. That might be the difference maker, especially against the smaller Mexico defensive line. Bryce Dady, a big boy.
JD really a key on the defense, has 20 tackles on the season, also the kicker, but we haven't seen, like you said, a ton from him on the offensive side, and that's where he's been starring tonight. Mexico moves right to left. They'll receive. Kickoff by Dady. Sails far side. Squibb is taken out at the 20, 25-30. Returner cuts inside the hashes, spins around a defender, and moves his way forward towards the 41. Barger, the man who made the block on the extra point with the return. Mexico starts off in pretty solid field position.
A very short kick. Well, that's been the theme of the night so far. We've only seen really one kick that's gone into the atmosphere so far. 2 straight squibs on kickoffs for both sides trading blows.
Mexico up 7-6, under 4 minutes to go in the opening quarter. They move right to left in their black jerseys, black helmets, white numbers, white lettering at their own 43. Mack under center, man behind him. Snap, toss near side. It's Dermody, but he's going nowhere. Stuffed behind the line on the near side. It's a loss of 3. Number 65, Anthony Varag with the tackle, and a second down and long for Mexico.
Mexico's got to diversify this offense. They've run a variation of that play every single time, tosses to either side. This time, the strong side defensive end read it like a book and made the stop in the backfield.
And it really seems like all the touches are going to either Dermody or Greeno. You wonder if this depleted squad really can hold their own throughout the rest of the game. The ball at their own 38. Mack under center. Snap. Throws a screen far side, hauled in by Dermody. Runs around the numbers 40, but doesn't have much space. Extends for maybe a gain of 3 at most. That will get them right back to where they started, 10 yards from the line of gain. It's a 3rd down and 10 for Mexico.
Hennessy again on the tackle. These linebackers for JD are now playing more sideline to sideline. That's where Mexico's going to try to hurt you, but so far nothing doing this drive.
Approaching the 2.5-minute mark in quarter number 1. Mexico up 7-6, but having some struggles on this drive early on. The ball at their own 43, they move right to left. Mack in the gun. Snap. Looking left. Has plenty of time. Now pressure comes. Rolls out towards the near side at the 40. Tries to escape a defender. Gets by 1 at the 50. Screened by defenders. Has the first down and rolls out of bounds at the 40. Braden Mack along the near side. A late flag did come out. You wonder if that's a late hit. A great run nonetheless.
Right in the area, Ryan. Right on that near boundary at the 40-yard line. Already out of bounds. Still got spun to the ground. This could be a 15 more at the end. An excellent run from Braden Mack made so many defenders miss an open space.
And it will indeed be a late hit penalty, 15 yards. And my, oh my, JD had Mexico on the ropes. A play like that completely flips the script here. And if you're the JD coach, really, that's just a travesty. Mexico with a first down and 10 at the Red Rams 25, moving right to left. Mack under center, a back behind him to either side. Snap, toss to Dermody, or on the far side. Cuts back in, angling by the 35, but doesn't have much space. Maybe 2 at most. Second down and 8 for Mexico.
Bryce Dady on the tackle. He's been everywhere for this JD squad, now bringing down the most electric playmaker on the Mexico side. It really seems like these two matchups have been defined by Dermody versus, his name is Dady.
Second down and 7. Mexico up 7-6, driving under 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Mack under center, twin set to either side. Man in motion right to left. That's Dermody. Snap, screen near side. It's hauled in by Dermody. Near side past the 25-20. Open convoy, 10-5. Into the end zone. It's a touchdown for Mexico.
Hang on, there's a pair of flags though, Ryan. One on either side of the field right as the ball was snapped. We might be looking at some sort of pre-snap illegal formation. Well, we've yet to see.
And head coach T. Morabito was at his hands on his head in frustration. Mexico offense starting to backtrack to where they were at. Does look like it's going to go against the Tigers. That's their 4th penalty already.
Looks like 2 flags, a false start, and a block in the back called against Mexico. It's been the discipline that's been killing the Tigers so far, Ryan.
It really has. Again, 4 penalties compared to 1 from JD. And a great catch and run from the star, Dermody, ruled out. Under 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Mexico up 7-6. The ball placed at the JD 32 on the right hash. Tigers move from right to left.
False start has been declined. Holding. It's the second penalty on Mexico. That has been accepted.
So the false start declined. Holding accepted. Of course, 5 extra yards
17
to back up Mexico. Mack stands in the gun. Snap. Looking right side as time. Now looks left. Fires one downfield towards the end zone. Pass ball within the air. They scramble forward, and it drops incomplete in between the hashes at the 5.
Good idea looking for Dermody there. Just a step behind the ball into coverage. It would be a really hard contested catch for number 4 to make.
Mack going long. He aired that one out. Both teams had a chance to grab that football. Nobody could, though. It brings up a second down and 17 for Mexico. Up 7-6, 1:17 to go in the opening quarter. The ball at the JD 32. They move right to left. Mack under center. 2 receivers out right, 1 out left. Snap, fake handoff to Dermody. Runs left, pressure come. Tries to escape. Fires one downfield. Pass bobbled and incomplete along the near sideline at the 15.
Right through the hands of number 13. An unfortunate error that was right at the sticks. He could have made a play for a first down. Instead, we're looking at a 4th down from the 32.
Let's see what the Tigers decide to do.
Mexico in the offensive huddle. They do have the ball at the JD 31-yard line, so a punt might in this situation be a little bit not called for.
From what I've been seeing from the kicking so far, it might sail into the end zone, might go a little flat. I don't know if the punters at this level have the skill to pin it deep.
Well, Mack in the gun. Twin set either side. Man in motion right to left. That's Dermody. Snap. Mack rolls out towards the left side, around the 40, surveying, fires it downfield, an open man in the end zone. Pass bobbled and incomplete. Number 22, Nick Morabito, the coach's son, can't make the grab, and it's going back the other way.
JD continues to stand tall in the face of adversity. That was Ernest Jones covering him. Airtight coverage in the end zone. Didn't get his head around, but all he had to do was put the hands up, and that ball fell silently to the ground.
Well, JD takes over for its 3rd possession. They scored a touchdown last drive, thanks to some help by Mexico, a pair of penalties, pre-snap wise. The ball at their own 31, Guidoni in the gun. extends the arms, takes the chest high snap, hands off to his running back who scoots up the middle and barrels his way forward past the 35 towards the 37.
99 on the carry.
On the left hash, Zion Garrelick taken down. Second down and 6 for JD.
Interesting that Garrelick's getting all these handoffs, listed as a wide receiver and defensive back on the depth chart. A lot of shuffling pieces this late in the season.
Second down and 5, under 40 seconds to go in the opening quarter. JD trailing 7-6. Godoni, shotgun snap. Hand off to his running back, Garrelick, runs up the hashes and mows forward for about 7. It's a first down. JD moves the chains.
Knapp on the carry. Taken down by number 80, Wyatt Chamberlain.
Wyatt Chamberlain the tackle. First down and 10 for JD. They don't have to run another play. 15 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Godoni in the gun. Extends the arms. Snap. Looking left. Rolls out towards the far side. Numbers. Airs it out on the run. He's got an open man who hauls it in at the Mexico 35.
Wide open, too. That's going to end the first quarter. Ernest Jones completely found a broken coverage. And if the ball was thrown a little bit better, we're looking at 6, right?
Well, JD, when we get back, we'll start inside Mexico territory. We'll be back soon right here on CNY Stream.
What's up, everyone? Thanks for listening in to Game Mic. Action should resume as soon as your broadcaster is ready to go. This is Game Mic.
We're ready to get going for the second quarter of play between Mexico and Jamesville-DeWitt. Mexico holds on to a 1-point lead, but Jamesville-DeWitt is driving. Godon in the shotgun. He takes the snap, fakes the handoff, runs towards the near side where he's swallowed up by a gang of Mexico defenders for a gain of about 1 to the 34-yard line.
Godon's second rush of the day. There is a penalty on the field, though.
Interesting to see what that might be. Ball lined up on the left hash.
It's
the flag against JD. It would be their first of the day. Mexico in the first quarter kept jumping offside, so a welcome change for the home team.
Certainly will be a big theme of the day to see if Mexico can clean up these penalties. 5 in the first quarter.
JD's moving right to left after the quarter change. Ball's being spotted back after a penalty. A hold will be called against JD. So I believe they will not count that as a play. We're going to redo first down. A first and 15 at the 40-yard line. Godoni, the quarterback for Jamesville-DeWitt, lines up under center. He's got his running back Garlic right behind him. 2 receivers to either side. He looks for the screen. Now rolls out to the far sideline. With a head of steam, he gets around the corner, looks upfield at the boundary. He's pushed out after a gain of about 7. The 31-yard line is where the ball will rest to bring up a second down and 6.
Good run from Godoni. Plenty of time rolling out towards the right side, just surveying the field, and takes off for a solid gain.
7-6 the score, just over 11 and a half minutes to go in the first half. Godoni lines up in the shotgun, 2 receivers either side. Garlic joins him in the backfield. Mexico showing 5 men in motion, right to left. Handoff goes to him, a jet sweep. He's looking upfield, he cuts upfield. Now at the right hash, he's brought down by his horse collar. No flag flies, it'll bring up a third down and 8.
Taken down by number 9.
Gain of 0. That was number 28, John Varag, on the carry. Now a third down and long. A lot of momentum in JD's direction, but that could all change right here. A really telling third down coming up.
Yeah, big for JD. Didn't get it on fourth down last drive, obviously. Trying to convert on a big play here.
I formation, Godoni under center with Dady and Garlic behind him. Nobody outside the numbers. A receiver inside. A movement before the play. Flags fly. Is this a fourth offsides against Mexico? It is.
Offsides on Mexico.
So that makes this third down a lot easier. Mexico keeps shooting themselves in the foot.
They do keep shooting themselves in the foot. And the penalties, really, they got to stop if you're Coach Muravito. They've had the big plays in this game. They're just handing JD 3 opportunities time and time again.
10.5 to go in the second quarter. I formation again, Godoni under center. Here's the snap, handoff to Garlic, who lowers his shoulder ahead up the middle. Right around the line to game, he's pushed forward for the first down at the 20-yard line. Second time in the red zone for the Red Rams, and they have a chance to take the lead right here.
Yeah, JD obviously been playing really good on the ground, and that time they do it again there, pick up the first down. They've been moving the football well, methodical drives, not as big plays as Mexico has, but they've really been churning on the ground.
The I formation makes a return. Godoni under center. The Mexico defensive line standing shoulder to shoulder in their three-point stances. Godoni takes the snap, hands off to the fullback Dady, who is dragged down by the waist after a gain of about 3. Brings up a 2nd and 7. Seth Prentice is in on the stop for Mexico.
Gain of 3 on the play.
And if JD can just keep grinding away these short carries, then it'll really tire out this Mexico defense.
And it's been all Dady, too, on the ground, just continues to pick up yards. Mexico doesn't have an answer for him right now.
I formation for the 4th straight play. Godoni under center. He takes the snap, hands off to Garlic up the middle, but he's stopped for a gain of nothing by Nevin Dermody.
On the carry.
Mexico's had a few pre-snap penalties. It looked like on the middle of the defensive line there, someone jumped. It was not called, though.
Sets up another big third down.
Not called, and that brings up another third down for JD. Last time they were in this situation, it's now a 3rd and 7, moving right to left. They got an offsides jump. Let's see if they do it again. 3rd down and 7 from the 16. JD on the doorstep, Godoni under center in the I formation. Here's the snap. Fakes the toss, now throws over the middle to number 2, who is barreling down towards the lines again on the near side hash. Did he get it? Referee marks him short of the lines again. A 4th and 2 is set up at the Mexico 12. Big play on the way.
Yeah, no doubt about it. JD is going to go for it here. And probably the biggest play so far of this game. Can JD really enforce their will and take over on the ground?
Interesting play design from the Red Rams. Tossing one short to Salatha Willis. His first touch of the game after faking the handoff. A little play action, but they knew that they can still attack the middle of this Mexico defense. 7-6 with a little under 8 minutes to play in the first half. 4th down and 2. Timeout called against JD. Their second of the half with 1 remaining. We'll take a little break. Stay with us here on CNY Streams. Ryan Randoni and Jish Sokolsky.
Hey everyone, this is Chris Rivas, co-founder of Game Mike. Thank you for listening in. Game Mike was built so any school, any program, any sport, anytime can create a live audio broadcast. We believe audio brings moments to life. Download Game Mike today in the app and Google.
A big 4th and 2 coming up for JD. Down by 1 with a little less than 8 minutes to go in the 4th. The crowd is getting loud. Guidoni, the quarterback for JD, lines up under center. 2 running backs behind him. Here's the snap. He hands it off to Garlic, who has a wide open hole up the middle and into the end zone for a JD touchdown.
That's number 99, Carter Prevent into the
Garlic
tackle.
from 12 yards out on the 4th and 2 splits the Mexico defense wide open and makes it a 12-7 ball game. The Red Rams on top of the Tigers in the second quarter.
Bryce Dady on the last drive had all the big plays. This time, Garlic comes in with the touchdown, just stuffing it up right the middle. And JD really the best we've seen from their offense in quite a long time.
Dady, the fullback on the play, got the final lead block to spring wide open. They're going for 2. On an I formation again, they haven't stopped it yet. Handoff to Garlic, who tries going off the right tackle. He falls forward around the goal line, and they'll signal yes. 2-point conversion is good. It's a 14-7 ball game. A little under 7:45 to go in the first half. Mexico playing from behind for the first time today.
And really, just it comes down to, can you stop JD's run game in the future of this contest? That's what they're going to have to do if they want to win this game, because the defense can't seem to really get the stops they need. The same guys are running the football, same type of plays, and they just can't stop them.
And Ryan, it only gets harder from here as the fatigue sets in. This game is far from over. Still in the first half, and it already looks like this Mexico defense is just a little step behind the JD rushing attack.
And you wonder if that fatigue is possibly because Mexico has so many people out tonight, such a depleted squad, so small in the numbers. That has to have a large effect on you, especially later in the game.
A great point, Ryan. Only 24 players in uniform for Mexico tonight. JD gets ready to kick off, now sporting a 7-point lead in front of the beautiful fall foliage here in Mexico, New York. Right before the sunset, it glistened very nicely off the trees in the background. Wish you were here to see it with us. Now the lights illuminating the field, and JD is ready to kick it off. That's Bryce Dady kicking from right to left. Deep return man at the 15. The squib kick is fielded by number 1. He bobbles it. He covers it right before stepping out of bounds at the 33-yard line. So we've been seeing a lot of Mexico big returns tonight. That one, perhaps just a gain of about 5.
Well, Berger, the man who had the blocked extra point earlier in the first quarter, had the return, couldn't hold on to it, but able to pick it back up immediately and scoot out of the near sideline for no worry.
So now it's time to see how Mexico responds. Just saw their lead go away in the last drive. Their previous time on offense, they were driving quite a bit. They scored a touchdown, was called back by penalty. The discipline has just been killing the Tigers so far. Let's see how they respond. Quarterback Braden Mack lines up under center. 2 receivers to either side. Chamberlain in motion. Now a toss to Dermody, who finds a hole on the left side, stretches forward to the 37. A gain of about 5 on first down.
Taken down by number 52, Hennessy.
And they go right back to Dermody after last drive. Had the touchdown, obviously, on the last possession. That was called back, but he's been dominating. We've talked about how JD has 1 or 2 guys who have been really enforcing their will. On Mexico, it's him. He's done all the work so far, really.
On offense and defense, had a few clutch tackles midway through. And now it's Braden Mack again lining up under center. 2 running backs either side. A handoff to Dermody, moving towards the far side, finds a hole, scoots through a few tackles, and he's up ahead to the 41-yard line, makes it a 3rd down and manageable. About 2 yards down the right hash. Now a 3rd down and 3, a huge downs coming up for Mexico.
Yeah, talk about a big play for the Tigers. They weren't able to score last drive. JD with the lead. You gotta get something here if you're Mexico.
6.5 minutes to go in the first half of play. Mexico moving left to right, donning their all-black uniforms, black helmets. Few players wearing pink socks. Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Now Braden Mack lines up in the backfield in the gun. Never mind, now steps under center. 2 receivers either side. Dermody in motion. A toss goes his way. He's looking downfield. He, with a head of steam down the near side boundary, he spins forward to the 45. Still on his feet at the 40. Falls down at the 38-yard line near the near side boundary for a huge first down for the Tigers.
Big Tiger first down, all the way down to the 37.
Body so elusive, just rolling by defenders, making juke moves. And that's the play you needed if you're the Tigers.
Elusive is the word. He looked like a fish lathered up in Vaseline on that run. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. A little under 6 minutes to play in the first half. JD leads by a touchdown, 14-7, but Mexico, after a huge Dermody run, is driving and in JD's territory. A longer time in the huddle. Now they emerge. Mack under center again. 2 running backs in the T formation behind him. He takes the snap, handoff. Never mind a play fake. Play action, he rolls to the left, fires, crosses body to Chamberlain at the line of game, but it's in and out of his hands, incomplete. A concentration drop right beyond the marker. The first or second pass we've seen from Mexico beyond the sticks.
All things considered, not a bad throw by Mack. Rolling out towards his weak side makes really a cross-body throw right towards his tight end. He just couldn't haul it in, but nonetheless, a great pass.
Right time to draw that one up from head coach Timur Abito. Unfortunate drop there from the tight end, the second leading receiver on the Mexico Tigers. So now it's a 2nd down and 10 from the JD 37 Mexico with possession, and that's quarterback Braden Mack under center. 2 running backs split to his right. Now he hands off to the left. Toss to Dermody, who falls forward up the middle for a gain of about 5. Down to the 33-yard line. Now a 3rd down and medium. This is where Dermody made his money last time.
Yeah, Dermody, big plays around this area. This is where he scored the rushing touchdown right around the 30-yard line on the carry. Also had the other touchdown that was called back. He started from there. So this is where he's really excelled.
We're within 5 minutes until the halftime break. Mexico has a huge 3rd and 5 coming up. Mack takes the snap, throws quick to the near sideline. That's caught. He falls forward after a gain of about 2. That'll bring up a 4th down and 3. Number 13 on the reception for Mexico. Referees are going to signal a gain of nothing. Now a 4th and 5 from the JD 34. Mexico has a decision to make right here.
The big plays just keep piling up. 4th and 3rd downs all over for both these teams really have been the deciding factor aside from penalties in this game.
Mexico is 0 for 1 in 4th down conversions today. Now Mack in the shotgun, receiver in motion. That's Dermody. He throws short to the far sideline for Dermody. Gets a block at the 30. He's up beyond the line to gain. Stretches the ball out beyond the 25-yard line for a Mexico 1st down. Nevin Dermody, another huge play for the Tigers.
Dermody continuing to convert on 3rd and 4th down. And again, JD doesn't have an answer for him. They just can't stop him, and that's been the whole offense for Mexico.
Running clock now within 5 minutes of the half after the 1st down. Mack lines up in the shotgun again, running back to his left. Dermody in motion to the near side. He fakes the screen, now runs up the middle. Mack with a head of steam to the 15, makes a man miss to the far side of the 10, barrels forward to the 5, dives for the pylon, but he's out of bounds on the 2.
That's number 3, Braden Mack on the quarterback keeper.
Braden Mack on the quarterback keeper.
All the way down to the 3.
Almost scores it himself. An electrifying run from the quarterback.
Braden Mack looking like an NFL quarterback right there, running all over the place, avoiding defenders and able to find himself at the 1-yard line.
Timeout called, the first charged against Mexico of the half with 3:20 to go. JD leads 14-7, but Mexico is 3 yards away from potentially tying this ball game. We'll take a quick break here, but stay with us on CNY. Josh Sokolsky and Ryan Randoni on the call.
Max Preps is America's source for high school sports, and we're looking for more broadcasters out there that have an interest in providing live audio from their high school events. No experience needed, but it can be gained.
We're back from the timeout. Mexico at the JD 3-yard line, down 14-7 with 3:20 to go in the first half. I'm Josh Sokolsky on the call with Ryan Randoni. A huge game for playoff implications and a huge first half for playoff implications. Mack under center, T formation behind him. He takes it himself, tries to find a lane, but guess who sends him back? None other than Bryce Dady of JD. A loss of 1 on 1st and goal makes it a 2nd down and goal from the 4-yard line.
And there are the big defensive plays we've been talking about with Dady. Came into this game with 20 tackles, 3rd on the team. Big stop there.
Running clock under 3 minutes. A big 2nd down coming up for Mexico within 5 minutes, or within 3 minutes. Longer time in the huddle. Mack walks towards the line of scrimmage after a huge run that got them there. He lines up under center. Man in motion is Dermody. He takes the toss around the near side, and he is in. Touchdown, Mexico. It's a 14-13 ball game. Another touchdown for Nevin Dermody. He's been the catalyst.
Nevin Dermody, 2nd touchdown of the game. Would have had 3 if not for the penalty. And again, just continues to churn along that far near side. Had plenty of blocks and just rolled right into the end zone.
Mexico lines up to tie. It's Wyatt Dan, the kicker, looking to go 2 for 2. Kick is up, and it is through. End over end makes it a 14-all ball game. Tied as we head to another break on CNY. Stay with us. Josh Sokolsky and Ryan Randoni on the call.
The fall season is here, and Game Mic is your source for live audio. Together with MaxPreps.com, we'll be live from high school events all across the country, from the biggest football games to...
Back on CNY stream, it's a tie ball game at 14 apiece. About 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. Mexico just scored a touchdown on a 4-yard toss to Nevin Dermody. It's giving you shades of an earlier game in the year for Mexico, a 22-21 win over Cortland. Another really close back and forth game.
Yeah, Mexico hasn't really played in a ton of close contests, but right here in the thick of things.
Wyatt Dan squibs one up the middle. Jamesville-DeWitt on the return. That's number 14 who breaks a tackle, moving towards the near side hashes before he's spun down at the 36-yard line by number 23 of Mexico. Excuse me. Number 14, Carson Kim, was the returner for JD, the backup quarterback as well for the Red Rams. Last drive for the Rams was dominated by the run game. They utilized the I formation a ton. Let's see what they come out with here first. Guadoni, in a change of pace, lines up in the shotgun. One running back to his right, 2 receivers split out either side. Hands extended, man in motion. He takes the snap high, handoff, a double reverse. He drops the ball's on the turf, still loose. A dog pile at the 36 is recovered by Mexico. A little trickeration to start the drive from JD, and it blows up in their face, Ryan.
Talk about a terrible way to start the drive. If you're JD and an injured player on the field as well, to just add to the already tough play.
Wind in the sails of Mexico. We'll take a little break. Hopefully the man down on the field is all right.
Thank you for tuning in to this live audio broadcast. If you paid to listen to this event, or you plan to, we know our broadcasters greatly appreciate that. It may pay for some gas, a hot dog at halftime, and just for their time providing...
Anthony Vareg, the offensive lineman, is walking off the field under his own power. A welcome sight. We've got 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the first half. Mexico just recovered a fumble and are deep into JD territory at the 36, 1st and 10. Mack in the shotgun, looks for a quick pass on the near side, caught by Dermody, who fights forward to the 25-yard line on the near sideline, where he spun out of bounds close to the line to gain. 2nd and 1, coming up 2nd and inches maybe.
9-yard gain.
Seems like the same players have dominated, yet the momentum keeps flipping. That's what's changing in this game. No squad can really establish themselves totally in terms of holding control of this game.
2nd down and 1. Mack again in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers to either side. JD showing 4. Man in motion. He fakes the pass. Now QB power up the middle. Cuts back to the far sideline. He's at the 10. Circling to the 5 and into the end zone for another Mexico touchdown. The same play that got them all the way to the doorstep last time, this time pays off for 6. It's 20-14 Mexico on top of Jamesville-DeWitt with 2:08 to go in the second quarter.
Again, Braden Mack not afraid at all, takes it right up the gut, then cuts left, mowing all around by defenders. And touchdown for Mexico.
Huge hole set up from his blockers. Now the extra point team is on. Wyatt Dan has converted both of his extra point attempts so far. A flag flies before, though, a late substitution from the kick team. This might send him back a few yards. A legal substitution is called against Mexico. Nevin Dermody was just a little late to come back into play. Timeout called by Mexico as well. With a little over 2 minutes to go. So far, punch, counter punch between both of these squads. It seems that the momentum is finally starting to shift into Mexico's possession for good this time. You think that's sustainable?
I don't know if it's sustainable, Jish. It's been going back and forth. It seems like turnovers and penalties have been a big discussion, but no team really has held firm. JD had a chance to take a 2-score lead. They couldn't. So it can come right back the other way. I don't see either team that's really established themselves so far. They're both in the thick of things.
20-14 after the huge Braden Mack touchdown, 30-plus yards. Wyatt Dan looking to make it a clean 7 right here. Overload on the right side of the line for JD. Snap down, hold, kick is low and through. 21-14. Mexico takes a 7-point lead with just over 2 minutes to go in the first half of play. Kickoff coming up next. So despite the penalty, didn't matter for Wyatt Dan, a member of the Mexico soccer team as well. That one looked like it was just from the 2-yard line.
Yeah, and a good kick by Dan. No problem sailing it through. And just, soccer players obviously got that leg. So am I there.
No surprise at all, although even in those medium situations, Mexico was not relying on the legs of their kicker. Still tried going for it on those crucial 4th downs. One of them, the huge run from Braden Mack. So Coach Mirabito for the Mexico Tigers is calling himself a risky but good game thus far. The Tigers have a 7-point lead. It's 21-14. Mexico moving left to right. On the kickoff again is Wyatt Dan, just sent through the uprights, the extra point. Here comes the kick. It's low, right off of one of the coverage units, and Mexico falls it in at midfield. Somewhat of an onside kick, and Mexico can continue with possession.
Tough to tell if that was meant to be an onside kick or not. It just hit one of the returners, bounced off his leg, and the Tigers pummeled on top of it.
Ricocheted off of one of the up men. Don't know if that was designed or not, but with the way momentum's been shifting in this game, you got to take advantage of every possession that you can get.
Yeah, really, this is the best chance for Mexico to firmly establish themselves.
50-yard line here. 2:03 remaining.
21-14, Mexico has it at midfield with a 1st and 10. Mack in the shotgun again, 2 receivers to either side. Man in motion is Debity. The throw goes his way. A screen pass to the far side. He jukes backwards, looking for some room. Flag flies. He's dropped for a loss of 5 after dancing away from a few Red Rams. His luck ran out on that far side hash.
Yeah, a rare non-gain on the play from Dermody. He's had a few big runs, but can't get anything there.
Hold called against Mexico.
Call is holding on Mexico.
The penalty is accepted. Still determining where the ball will be placed on the field. If declined, it would have been Mexico ball with a 2nd and 15 at their own 45.
The original line of scrimmage, 10
Instead,
yards
it's a 1st and 20
at the 40-yard line.
from the Mexico
First and
40-yard line. Just under 2 minutes to play. Mexico leads 21-14. Two receivers split out either side. Max stands in the shotgun with his running back Greeno to his left. Dermody in motion. He takes the snap, fakes the throw, tries the QB power again, slips through one tackle, but his luck runs out just after the line of scrimmage. A gain of about 3 on the 1st and 20. He's swallowed up by 2 Red Rams to bring up a 2nd down and 17.
Yeah, and if you're Mexico, you got to move with some tempo here. We're going back into the huddle, but a minute and a half to go in this one. The clock's still ticking.
Mexico has ran that fake screen quarterback draw quite a few times thus far. The Red Rams were ready for it this time. Now under a minute 30 to go. Mack in the shotgun. Dermody in motion. He takes the snap. He fakes the throw now. Keeps his eyes downfield. Rolls to his right. Still keeping his eyes downfield. He's beyond the line of scrimmage and is pushed out of bounds at around midfield for a gain of about 7. Makes it a 3rd down and 10.
56.
And now you have to worry if you're Mexico that you don't give the football back to JD with too much time. Big 3rd down play here. If you can't get anything, the Rams have a chance to respond.
Clock is stopped with 1s across the scoreboard. A minute 11 to go. A 20-14 game. Mexico over JD. Mexico with a 3rd and 12 moving left to right. Max stands in the shotgun. 2 receivers either side, and Greeno joins him in the backfield. Here's the snap. He's looking to pass. All day to throw. He fires quickly to the near sideline to number 1, who's swallowed up immediately after he catches for a gain of about 7. It brings up a 4th down and 5 with a minute and counting to go. Aiden Berriger made the grab around the numbers.
4th and 2.
They'll call that a gain of 10 to make it a 4th and 3.
Berriger is one of those receivers who you would expect to get more involved offensively. We haven't seen a ton from him today, but he's one of those guys who really needs to step up.
Running clock. The Tigers emerge from the huddle on a 4th and 2. Some confusion. Timeout now called by the Tigers. Number 13 wasn't sure whether to line up on or off the ball.
Timeout.
Coach Marabuto wants to talk things over with his team before a pivotal 4th down if they give the ball back right here. JD's been passing the ball somewhat well today. They could easily march down at around midfield and punch one in themselves.
Yes, they absolutely can. The one thing is they have been running the football more often, so you wonder how long that's going to take to get downfield. They're going to need a lot of yardage to at least attempt a field goal. So with the time they have, no timeouts, it will be tough for JD because the clock has ran down on under 30 seconds.
Jamesville-DeWitt has not held on to the ball a lot this quarter. A fumble on their first play 2 drives ago. The onside kick gave the ball back to Mexico. But the way that this game has been back and forth, if they get their hands on the ball, it could be trouble for Mexico. Big 4th down and 3 on the way. Both teams coming back from the timeout. A 20-14 ball game. Mexico leads and with the ball moving left to right. Braden Mack in the shotgun. Receiver in motion to the near side. He takes a snap. Quick pass to Dermody, who runs beyond the 40 to the 30. Cuts back to the 25. The green grass in front of him to the 10. 5. Touchdown, Mexico. A huge touchdown on 4th and 3 to make it a 2-score ball game. Mexico takes a 26-14 lead over Jamesville-DeWitt.
And that is just a killer if you're on JD defensively. Dermody made one spin move over a defender and had open grass the rest of the way. That's a huge momentum changer at the end of the first half.
26-14, 20 seconds to go. You said it. JD was on the verge of getting the ball right back. Instead, gives up a crushing, huge gain and a touchdown on 4th down. And it looks like Mexico's keeping their offense out there, going for 2 to make it a clean 14-point game. 2 receivers split out to either side. And the running back number 23 joins Braden Mack in the backfield in the gun. Defense for JD spread out as need be to cover every receiver here. 26-14, 20 seconds. Mack in the shotgun. Germany in motion. He takes the snap. He looks to the near side, fires a quick slant. That one is intercepted in the end zone. The two-point try is no good. It's a 26-14 lead for Mexico.
JD 14.
With 20 seconds to go in the first half.
And if you're JD here, probably best that you just take a knee into the halftime. Really have been moving the ball on the ground, and they've got no timeout, so you would imagine they just end things off.
That would be what conventional wisdom points to, but you also got to imagine if you're Coach Ormond on the other side, you realize that this game's slipping away from you. You might want to see just one more thing go right to take into the halftime break before you return and fight uphill even more. They've been trying the seam passes, and it's worked to varying success. Ernest Johnson had a big catch earlier on the day in the first quarter. That ended things. But first, they need to recover the kickoff. That's not always a given. Last kickoff was an onside kick that Mexico recovered. White Dan sets up the ball at the 40-yard line where the X is. Deep returner for Jamesville-DeWitt is Salatha Willis on the near side hash. Here's the kick from Dan. Another short squib to the near side. Scooped up by Jamesville-DeWitt. And he is clobbered immediately at the 20-yard line. A huge hit from Jamesville-DeWitt with the wind in their sails. They keep knocking JD back.
Colin Derby, what a big hit, slamming the return to the ground. He was just picking up the football, was not ready, and my oh my, he was on the ground for a few seconds. Some tough contact right there.
Joseph Velasco was the one who scooped it up. Had a little trouble picking it up off the turf. Now with 16 seconds left, JD has one more chance to let something go right before the halftime break. Quarterback Guidoni stands under center. He takes the snap and kneels down. That'll do it for the first half. The clock's ticking down. Mexico leads 26-14. A huge second quarter from the Tigers. We'll be right back for the second half of play. Mexico with a huge lead on their senior night. Jish Sokolsky and Ryan Randoni on the call.
Are you a parent with multiple active kids? Are you at one event while your spouse is at another? That's where Game Mic comes in, the free app that allows anyone to broadcast live audio so that people can listen on the go and feel as if they were there. Game Mic, it's in the emotions.
Thank you for tuning in to this live audio broadcast. If you paid to listen to this event or you plan to, we know our broadcasters greatly appreciate that. It may pay for some gas, a hot dog at halftime, and just for their time providing a great service for those who cannot attend or watch. We're nothing without our broadcasters. So thank you from all of us at Game Mic. The fall season is here, and Game Mic is your source for live audio. Together with MaxPreps.com, we'll be live from high school events all across the country. From the biggest football games to action on the volleyball court to flag football. We have your audio needs covered. Broadcasters out there, download Game Mic today and let your voice be heard. Max Preps is America's source for high school sports, and we're looking for more broadcasters out there that have an interest in providing live audio from their high school events. No experience needed, but it can be gained. Email socialmp@cbsinteractive.com to learn more. That's socialmp@cbsinteractive.com.
Hey everyone, this is Chris Rivas, co-founder of Game Mic. Thank you for listening in. Game Mic was built so any school, any program, any sport, anytime can create a live audio broadcast. We believe audio brings moments to life. Download Game Mic today in the app and Google Play Store. Game Mic, it's in the emotions.
What's up, everyone? Thanks for listening into Game Mic. Action should resume as soon as your broadcaster is ready to go. This is Game Mic. What's up, everyone? Thanks for listening in to Game Mic. Action should resume as soon as your broadcaster is ready to go. This is Game Mic.
Have you always wanted to be a sports broadcaster but didn't know how to get started? Well, Game Mic allows you to go out and practice, just like we need to practice as athletes. You can't get better without work, so gain that experience on Game Mic.
Are you a parent with multiple active kids? Are you at one event while your spouse is at another? That's where Game Mic comes in, the free app that allows anyone to broadcast live audio so that people can listen on the go and feel as if they were there. Game Mic, it's in the emotions.
Thank you for tuning in to this live audio broadcast. If you paid to listen to this event or you plan to, we know our broadcasters greatly appreciate that. It may pay for some gas, a hot dog at halftime, and just for their time providing a great service for those who cannot attend or watch. We're nothing without our broadcasters. So thank you from all of us at Game Mic. The fall season is here, and Game Mic is your source for live audio. Together with MaxPreps.com, we'll be live from high school events all across the country. From the biggest football games to action on the volleyball court to flag football. We have your audio needs covered. Broadcasters out there, download Game Mic today and let your voice be heard. Max Preps is America's source for high school sports, and we're looking for more broadcasters out there that have an interest in providing live audio from their high school events. No experience needed, but it can be gained. Email socialmp at... What's up, everyone? Thanks for listening in to Game Mic. Action should resume as soon as your broadcaster is ready to go. This is Game Mic. What's up, everyone? Thanks for listening in to Game Mic. Action should resume as soon as your broadcaster is ready to go. This is Game Mic. What's up, everyone? Thanks for listening into Game Mic. Action should resume as soon as your broadcaster is ready to go. This is Game Mic. What's up, everyone? Thanks for listening into Game Mic. Action should resume as soon as your broadcaster is ready to go. This is Game Mic. What's up, everyone? Thanks for listening into Game Mic. Action should resume as soon as your broadcaster is ready to go. This is Game Mic. What's up, everyone? Thanks for listening into Game Mic. Action should resume as soon as your broadcaster is ready to go. This is Game Mic. What's up, everyone? Thanks for listening into Game Mic. Action should resume as soon as your broadcaster is ready to go. This is Game Mic. What's up, everyone? Thanks for listening into Game Mic. Action should resume as soon as your broadcaster is ready to go. This is Game Mic. What's up, everyone? Thanks for listening into Game Mic. Action should resume as soon as your broadcaster is ready to go. This is Game Mic.
Welcome back into CNY Stream alongside Jish Sokolsky. I'm Ryan Randoni. We thank you for joining in. Mexico up 26-14 and really just a complete flip of the script in the second quarter. The Tigers trailed 3 straight touchdowns then, and now they're up by 12.
It looked early like Jamesville-DeWitt could run away with the game. They were up by a score, running the ball really well, but a few mistakes and some trickeration from Mexico has shifted the tide. You know, a missed fourth down from JD, a quick touchdown on the turnaround, a fumble from JD, then an onside kick after the ensuing score from Mexico. It's really been shifted in Mexico's favor.
And you really mentioned the mistakes. They've gone on both sides. The Tigers haven't done without them. They had a bunch of penalties, 6 in the first half. That'll be something to watch out for going into quarter number 3.
Another interesting thing to note, Ryan, when it comes to playoff seeding, the last regular season game, first half points play a huge role if JD does come back and win. So if JD does win this, Mexico would still be ranked above them due to them outscoring them in the first half.
It was a good start for JD, nonetheless, 14 points more than, they've had in the previous 3 weeks combined. Only 8 points through 3 weeks, and they've kind of picked it up offensively. A big part why has been the run game, a two-headed monster. It's been Bryce Dady and Zion Garlic. They have been picking up the slack for this JD team.
And how about it for both of them? Neither of them really getting into the box score all too often from what we've seen in the box scores of these earlier games, perhaps in the last game of the regular season. They're trying out some new weaponry. I saw in their pregame practices, they were practicing that I formation time and time again, handing off to both of those talented running backs.
And really, on the same front, Mexico has been running the ball perfectly well on the ground. All 4 of their scores came through rushes. Braden Mack had a pair. Devin Thomas also had a pair of touchdowns. Really just on the ground, both squads have been really, churning those legs.
How about Nevin Dermody, man? Every single time he's gotten his hands on the ball, good things have happened. I've only seen 1 or 2 loss of yardage whenever he has his hands on it. He was responsible for 3 of the 4 Mexico first half scores.
Well, Mexico received in the opening half. They'll kick it away. JD to receive, moving right to left in their white jerseys, red helmets, red numbers, gray pants. Wyatt Dan on to boot things away. Raises the right arm. Drops it. And kicks it up. It's an onside kick. Both teams scramble for it. Mexico falling on top of it.
On the kick.
A second onside kick try. No signal yet. The referee's pulling apart the pile. The Tigers waving those arms. Still no signal.
No signal yet.
The referees discuss at midfield. Mexico thinks they have it. Still a big discussion. Question is who had the ball when they were down to the ground.
That onside kick, a lot different from the one we saw earlier. The first one caught JD by surprise. This time they were ready for the onside kick, and this time we created more of a dog pile at the midfield.
Gotta love the aggression from Mexico. Nonetheless, they get it the first time, and they get it the second time, and they do in fact get it back. The Tigers up by 12, start with it at midfield. They lead 26-14, 11.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. First down and 10 at the JD 46. Snap to the quarterback. Hand off to his running back. It's Dermody, runs right side, spins around defender, gets about 6 on the play. Brings up second down and 4.
Gain of 6 on first down.
Tackled by number 68 of JD.
I like the strategy of Mexico here. You don't give JD the ball, they can't score, they can't take the lead back.
Second down and 4. Works pretty well.
You'd come to find, huh?
Mack, the quarterback, stands under center. Crouches down, snap, handoff Dermody, scurries near side, but he's not getting much. Maybe 1 or 2 at most. Ran right into a dog pile of defenders. Third down and short for Mexico.
Number 66.
They've tried using Dermody in a lot of ways today. Up the middle, he has not been super successful. When they've gotten Dermody in the space and the flat near the sidelines, that's when he's done his damage and scored his points.
Third down and 1, under 11 minutes to go in the third quarter. Mack under center, snap, hand off to Dermody, scuttles right side, but he falls down on the ground. He doesn't have it.
Turf Monster got him there. An unfortunate slip for Mexico. So all the momentum they gave from that onside comes down to this 4th and medium.
That's a loss of 3 for the Tigers. 4th down and 4. 10 minutes to go in quarter number 3. They lead 26-14, but a big play coming up. Chance for the JD defense to get some momentum for their side. Mack lines up 5 yards behind center. A twin set to either side. Man in motion left to right, that's Dermody. Snap to Mack. Fakes a screen right side. Takes it himself. Runs up the middle. Trudges forward, but he's not going to get it. Ran right into a few JD defenders and couldn't move the chains. JD ball going the other way.
Anthony Varag and Hayden Fleet were there, the 2 men with their hand in the dirt to start the play. Anthony Varag left the game a little earlier, was a little shaken up. Glad to see he's back in the game, and he's making plays for this JD side.
JD trails 26-14, under 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. The ball at their own 40 on the left hash. They move right to left. Quarterback Adoni in the gun, snap, handoff to his running back, trudges forward, has about 4 on the play before being swarmed by about 3 or 4 Mexico
That's
defenders.
99 finesse.
Second down and 6
Gain of 4 on the
for
play.
JD.
Hit first by number 9, Seth Prentice. And number 80, Wyatt Chamberlain, came in to clean it up. Forward progress stopped.
Right back to the running game for JD. Something they did so well in the first half when they held on to the ball, but that was few and far between in the later goings of it. Perhaps they'll just go back to the roots, even down by 2 scores.
Red Rams with the football at their own 44. Guidoni in the gun. Man in motion left to right. Snap, fake sweep, takes it himself. Guidoni scooting right side past the 40-45, mowing by defenders, and lands down on his left hip at the 47. Gain of about 4 on the play. Third down and 2 for JD right near midfield.
Going to be third
Huge hit from the Tigers.
for JD.
Perhaps sending a message to the quarterback. You're not going to get all that so easy against us.
Under 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. 26-14 in favor of
CJ
Mexico.
Murphy, number 88's calling for you.
This
He's trying
Tigers
to get
crowd
you to
banging their
stay
feet,
with us.
getting
Make
loud.
some noise for third
JD
down.
stands in the I formation at their own 48. Snap to Guidoni. Hand off to his running back. He splashes his way up the middle. He's got the first down.
And on those short down and distances, that's when the I formation makes a return for the Red Rams. It works to perfection there, finds a hole through the middle of the Mexico defense, and just textbook hard-nosed football from the JD Rams.
A gain of 3 for JD. They have the football in Mexico territory at the 48-yard line. For a second straight play, they stand in the I. Guidoni crouches down, snap, toss far side to his running back. Around the numbers 50, cuts back inside the numerals, and lands down at the 43. Give him 6 on the play. Second down and 4 for JD.
Short body blows for JD this time. Garlic has been the man they've turned to on every single play thus far.
JD down 26-14. Under 8 minutes to go in quarter number 3. Guidoni under center, again in I formation for JD. Snap, hand off to the running back, rumbles right side towards the 40. Lands down after a gain of 1, engulfed by about 3 Mexico defenders. Derelict with the carry.
Going to set up another third down.
It's another third down and 2, a third and short. Don't be surprised if JD comes out in the I formation again with Dady and Garlic lining up behind their quarterback.
They've been sticking it to the ground. Third down and 2. JD trails 26-14, 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Once again, they're in the eye. Everyone inside the numbers. The ball at the Mexico 40. Snap to Guidoni. Takes it himself. He has the first down. Guidoni sneaking it up the middle. We got 2 yards. And JD moves the chains.
Bit of a tush-push there on the QB sneak. A 3-headed monster of a rushing attack for the Red Rams coming out of this second half hot.
The ball at the Mexico 37-yard line. Haven't seen a ton of runs from Guidoni so far this season, or tonight. He's their leading rusher. 35 attempts coming into this game, 175 yards and a touchdown. Finally getting involved on the ground there. Once again, they're in the eye. Guidoni crouching under center, snap. It's a handoff to his fullback, trouble handing it off. He runs right side and pushes his way forward for about a gain of 5. Nice run there considering there was trouble with the handoff. Second down and 5 for JD.
And what could have been, there was a ginormous hole on the right side of that offensive line. If he just handed the ball off a little cleaner, Bryce Dady had nothing but green grass in front of him.
6 minutes to go in quarter number 3, 26-14 in favor of Mexico. JD, same formation as last time. They keep showing that eye. The ball at the Mexico 32. Snap to Guidoni. Rolls out towards his right. Pressure coming. There's one out downfield, but the pass drops incomplete at the 12. Guidoni threw that ball about 3 yards behind his receiver. Also hit on the ground. Third down and 6 for JD.
A really hard hit, and that's the first pass we've seen from JD since the first quarter. Trying to switch things up, but the running game was working so well.
Third and 6.
Neither team really has gone deep today. They're mainly short passes and runs.
Gets the pressure by that defensive line.
It's a third down and 6 for JD at the Mexico 32. They move right to left. Snap Guidoni. And off to his running back. He's got the first down and more. 25-20. Open lane, 15-10. 5 skips into the end zone and is in for the touchdown. Number 99, Zion Garlick, avoiding by tacklers and ran it into the house. It's 26-20, under 6 minutes to go in quarter number 3.
It was just a matter of time before that was to happen. They kept bruising the Mexico defense on the ground over and over. Finally, a ginormous hole, and Garlick took care of it.
Long drive, almost over 5 minutes. JD will go for 2. They line up in the eye at the 2-yard line. Bedoni snap, hand off to his running back. Garlick scoots near side, but he won't have it. Wrapped around immediately.
No good.
And it remains a 6-point ball game in favor of Mexico. Under 6 minutes to go in quarter number 3.
Credit Mexico defensive lineman Benjamin Wells for closing that hole up quick. JD tried doing the same exact play that sprung Garlick free last time, but this time Mexico did their homework, stepped in the hole just before he could hit it, and prevented it from being a 4-point game.
Nonetheless, methodical, long drive by JD to kind of get some momentum back on their side. Great response after allowing 3 straight touchdowns in the second quarter.
The halftime break was just what the doctor ordered for these Red Rams, and now it's up for the Mexico Tigers to respond. You got to remember, with a short-handed offense, a lot of the defensive linemen that just got burned are going to have to line up with their hands in the dirt against this JD defensive line. Let's see if the pressure of a game now well into its third quarter gets to this Mexico front five.
JD to kick it away. Mexico returns left to right, and this special teams unit for the Tigers has had a lot of success. A 50-plus yard return by Dermody on the opening play of the game. Also, of course, 2 onside kicks recovered. Mexico special teams really playing a big factor in this game. Kick sails up and away. Near side bounces at the 15-10 and rolls out of bounds at the 3. Flags fly, and Mexico will take over at their own 35-yard line.
Just the second kick we've seen, traditional end over end. Perhaps this is why they don't try it that much. It rolls out of bounds, and that'll help Mexico set up shop at the 40-yard line. You can't do that if you're Bryce Dady, the kicker, for JD.
And it looks like there was a pre-snap penalty as well. So they're calling this one back, and JD has a chance to kick it away again.
Perhaps a blessing in disguise that would have given the Tigers excellent field position to start things off.
And Bryce Dady on to boot things away, raises that right arm, drops it, kicks it up in the air, bounces towards the 30, returned by Berger near side, around the numbers 35, and dives down at the 37, in between the hashes and numerals.
Berger on the kick return.
Tough kick to field for Berger, bounced up in his hands for a bit, but able to haul it back in and make something out of nothing.
You said it, a spiraling kick from Dady. Looked like a quarterback tossing the ball, bounced off the turf, and luckily Berger got 2 hands after just getting a singular paw over his head on it before.
5.5 minutes remaining in quarter number 3. Mexico up 26-20, moving left to right with the football at their own 37 on the right hash. Tigers donning their black jerseys, black helmets, orange lettering. Mack under center. Man in motion right to left. Chamberlain snap. Tossed to Dermody near side, but he doesn't have much. One at most, engulfed at the line of scrimmage. Number 68, Hayden Fleet making the tackle. And a second down and long for Mexico as a JD player is down on the field. It appears to be Bryce Dady, the kicker, stretching that legs. We'll take a quick break right here on CNY Stream.
At cbsinteractive.com to learn more. That's social MP at cbsinteractive.com.
Hey everyone, this is Chris Rivas, co-founder of Game Mike. Thank you for listening in. Game Mike was built so any school, any program.
Welcome back into CNY Stream alongside Jish Sokolsky. I'm Ryan Randoni. Bryce Dady appeared to be okay, walking back after the injury timeout towards the sideline. Mexico with the ball at their own 39. The quarterback, Max, stands in the gun. Dermody in motion left to right. Snap to Max. Screen near side, hauled in by Dermody. Around the numbers 40 and wrapped around down to 41. Not much. Lasso down by about 4 JD defenders. It's a third down and 7 for Mexico.
Number 79, James Vinagalt, was in on the tackle for JD. A little bit high, got his hands perhaps in the face mask. The home crowd is calling for a face mask, but alas, no flag flies.
26-20 in favor of Mexico, under 5 minutes to go in quarter number 3. They move left to right at their own 40 on the right hash. Mack again under center. A back behind him to either side. Snap, fake handoff, rolls out towards his left. Has a block. Here's it out downfield. A wide towards the 30. Pass broken up, incomplete. And a white flag comes out. And it looks like there maybe a PI on the defense.
Flags flying around that 30-yard line. A huge throw, probably the biggest of the day for Mexico. Could result in 15 for them.
And it appears to be just that. The offense trotting past midfield. And the Tigers have the ball inside JD territory. So many big penalties against Mexico today. That's one you can't have if you're JD.
Absolutely can't have that. On a third down, no less. Could get off the field, although Mexico has been averse to getting off the field on fourth down. It looks like the offense is trotting back to their own 40. Now the chains move.
Some confusion between the referees and players. Nonetheless, Mexico has it at the JD 44, up 26-20, 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. It's a first down and 10. They move left to right. Mack under center. A back behind him to either side. Snap, a handoff to his running back, trudges right side past the 40 and lands down at the 38. Taken down at his right ankle by Bryce Dady. Gain of about 7, 2nd and 3 for Mexico.
38-yard line.
Nevin Dermody showing off the balance on that run to the near side. Got rid of a few ankle tackles before eventually lunging forward. Another positive play for number 4.
2nd down and 4 for Mexico. The ball at the 39-yard line of JD. Snap to Mack, handoff Dermody. Scoots near side, doesn't have much. Taken down in between the numbers and hashes after a gain of about 1. Brings up a third down and 3 for Mexico.
Dermody on the carry, hit by number 55, Bryce Dady. He's assisted by number 52, Hennessy as well.
Tackle by Bryce Dady. Third down and 3, 3.5 minutes to go in quarter number 3. Mexico up 26-20. Mack under center. Snap, handoff Dermody. Barrels right side past the 40, scooting by defenders, extends past the 30, and he has the first down.
Dermody on the carry again, taken down by
Dermody along the near side, got a few blockers, kept churning those legs. And Mexico has the football inside the 30-yard line. First down and 10 for the Tigers, moving left to right at the JD 30-yard line on the right hash. One receiver to either side of the line. Snap to Mack. Rolls out towards his left side. Has time. Fires one over the middle. Pass ball with an incomplete. Wyatt Chamberlain, the pass a bit behind him, and couldn't haul that one in. Second down and 10 for Mexico.
Second time we've seen that play call too. Wyatt Chamberlain running the drag across the field towards the far side. Ball is right there at his chest. He just couldn't haul it in. Second time we've seen it.
Haven't seen many of those deep pass plays from Mexico so far. Again, mainly just using Dermody on the ground and with screens. The ball at the 30-yard line of the Red Rams. Mack under center, back behind him to either side. Snap, rolls out towards his left, play action, skies one downfield towards the near side, looking pass, bobble, tipped, and incomplete at the goal line in the end zone.
First target for Nico Mirabito.
Intended receiver number 22, Nico Mirabito.
The coach's son. Ball was placed pretty well, just had a bigger defender on him who got the hands up and disrupted things just enough. Now brings up a 3rd and long.
Just tight coverage. Mirabito couldn't haul it in. 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. 26-20 in favor of Mexico with the football at the JD 30. Mack under center. Snap. Rolls out towards his right on the play action. Fires a screen far side. Hauled in by Dermody towards the numbers. 40. Gets by one defender and goes back inside. 30, 25. Scooted by defenders. 20 far sideline. 50. And rolls out of bounds towards the 12. A late flag flies. Some late contact between both sides. Nonetheless, Dermody, a great run on the far side screen. Angling in, then back out. And it's a first down and 10 for Mexico.
A huge play from Dermody again. Looks like he was dead on arrival after catching that ball about 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Ducked a ton of defenders, a lot of cuts, a lot of jukes. Got the first down. It's unbelievable.
There appears to be an injured Ram on the far sideline at the 20. The athletic trainers will check him out. We'll go to break. More to come right here on CNY Stream when we get back. Welcome back into CNY Stream. Alongside Josh Sikorsky, I'm Ryan Randoni. Thank you for joining in. The injured Red Ram still being checked out on the far sideline. It's Carson Kim down on the ground. Play resumes. Mexico with a 3rd down and 7. Snap to the quarterback. Mack, play action right side. Rolling out towards the 35. Has time. Throws on the run. A wobbler drops incomplete. Out of bounds at the 5. From the left side, had to just get that one away, and a big 4th down for Mexico.
He's looking for Mirabito again. Nothing doing though. Heavy pursuit from the JD defense, led by number 52, Braden Hennessy. He's doing a good job all game playing sideline to sideline. A lot of this Mexico offense is moving laterally and finding lanes that way, but this time Hennessy steps up and makes the play on that near side sideline.
Just over 2 minutes to go in quarter number 3. Mexico will go for it. Up 26-20. Mack in the gun at the 27. Low snap. Drops back. Rolls out towards his right. Airs it out downfield. Over the middle. Pass drops incomplete at the 10. Once again, looking for the coach's son, Mirabito, with a throw about a yard above his head. It's a turnover on downs. JD takes over.
A yard above and a yard behind. Interesting play call. Interesting drive in general for Mexico, sporting a 6-point lead, passing most of the time when they could have been running the ball and holding on to that lead and burning some clock. Instead, they play a little risky in JD territory, and now JD has a chance to equalize right here.
Under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. JD down 26-20 with the football at their own 25-yard line. Godoni under center in the eye. Snap, hand off to his running back, slashes right side past the 30 and barrels his way forward up the right hashes towards about the 33. Give him about 5 on the play, 2nd down and 5 for JD.
99 Finef on the carry. Taken down by number 70.
All of a sudden, the methodical drives of JD are paying dividends. They're burning clock, and now they have the wind in their sails after Mexico held it for so long in the first half.
Garrett had the carry. JD with the ball at their own 32. Snap to the quarterback, handoff Garrett. Runs right side, spins by defenders, has the first down, and dives down towards the 40. It's a gain of 5, enough to move the chains, and JD has it right near midfield.
Taken down by number 1, Aiden Berger. Going to be enough for a JD first down. Officials timeout.
Blow when the officials call their own timeout. A Mexico player appears to be aching near midfield, and he drops to the ground.
It's number 52, Mason Wilcox, a little disoriented getting up. Hopefully he's all right. He's sitting down at the 45-yard line. Now here comes the athletic trainers to check him out.
Injuries have been piling up on both sides. Number 14, Carson Kim, was down on the ground, still being checked out by the athletic trainers for JD. Really been something you don't want to see, especially this late in the season.
Absolutely. Late in the season, late in the game. A lot of players are gassed. We talked about it before the game. Mexico already coming in with a lot of their key pieces down. Now another one sitting around midfield.
Well, he's still being checked out. Both teams kneeling down. We'll go to break. More to come right here on CNY Stream.
What's up, everyone? Thanks for listening in to Game Mike. Action should resume as soon as your broadcaster is ready to go. This is Game Mike.
Welcome back into CNY Stream. Alongside Josh Sokolsky, I'm Ryan Randoni. Back from an injury timeout, Mason Wilcox walking off the field appears to be okay, though he is being checked out by the athletic trainers. Mexico JD with the football, moving right to left in their own territory at the 40. Guidoni stands under center with an I formation behind him. Snap, handoff to his running back, barrels right side in between the numbers and hashes, and runs forward for about a gain of 5. Taken down at the 45. Carried by Garrowlick. Second down and 5 for JD.
JD's not trying to do anything special. They're just running the ball, and it's working with heavy returns. Mexico has no idea how to defend it. We see defenders running into each other out there.
In the final minute of this third quarter, JD trails 26-20, second down and 4 at their own 46. Snap Guidoni. Hand off his running back. Runs right side. Has some space. First down and more. Lands down at the 48. Give him 6 on the play. It's a first down for JD in Mexico territory.
Again, taken down by number 68, Ben Mills.
Garrowlick had the carry, taken down by Ben Mills.
We've got a special running at the concession
25
stand.
seconds and counting remaining in the third quarter. JD still in the huddle.
$1 pizza and hot dogs.
Could very well be it for the third quarter. The JD offense raising their hands, signaling for the crowd to get loud. And that will do it for the third quarter. Put the 4s up. Mexico leads 26-20. More excitement to come, and we get right back here on CNY Stream.
Hey everyone, this is Chris Rivas, co-founder of Game Mike. Thank you for listening in. Game Mike was built so any school, any program, any sport, anytime can create a live audio broadcast. We believe audio brings moments to life. Download Game Mike today in the app and Google Play Store. Game Mike, it's in the emotions.
What's up, everyone? Thanks for listening in to Game Mike. Action should resume as soon as your broadcaster is ready to go. This is Game Mike.
Sokolsky and Ryan Randoni with you for CNY Stream. We're ready for the fourth quarter. 12 minutes will decide a winner of this game. It's Mexico on top of Jamesville-DeWitt in the fourth quarter, 26-20. JD with the ball, first and 10 at the Mexico 47. Guidoni lines up under center with 2 running backs behind him in the eye. Here's the snap. He hands off to Garrowlick, who has stood up and tackled forward. Gain of about 2 on the near side hashes to the 45-yard line. It's a second and 8. After the quarter break, Mexico stands up to the run, which Jamesville-DeWitt has been having luck with all day. Second straight play with the I formation, Guidoni under center with Dady and Gerlich behind him. A lot of crowded in the box. Snap is taken, handoff. And Gerlich loses the ball as he runs to the middle. Here comes Mexico the other way. 60 with it, rumbling down to the 25. He's got one man to beat. He's running with the quarterback Guidoni on his shoulders. And he throws it to the end zone. Touchdown on the fumble recovery. Mexico. Gerlich lost the ball running up the middle, and number 60 for Mexico, Seth Wilson, picks it up. Rode Anthony Guidoni all the way to the goal line, and Mexico extends their advantage to 12.
My, that extra push from the quarterback, he just kept on churning and churning and eventually found the end zone.
That looks like the end of one of those feel-good movies where the injured player comes back out, gets the ball, and his entire team was pushing him towards the goal line. Seth Wilson, the senior, being honored today on senior night. Punches it in. It's 32-20. Mexico with a huge scoop and score, and they're going for two to make it an even 14. Mack, the quarterback, stands in the shotgun, man in motion to the near side. He takes the snap, looking to throw to the near side. It's Devin Devaney, who crosses the plane on the near side for the successful two-point conversion, the first of the day for Mexico.
JD 20, your Mexico Tigers 30.
Talk about a momentum changer.
JD
One big play just has really gotten this crowd back into it. They're the loudest they've been tonight.
After the two-point conversion, it's 34-20. Mexico over JD with a little over 11 minutes to play in regulation. That screen has worked all day for the Tigers. On the goal line, it pays off for two. Just can't get over that rumbling score from the big man Wilson. Those O-linemen, D-linemen rarely get their hands on the ball, and perhaps one of his final games in front of his home fans, he gets the score in front of his peers and parents alike. A wonderful moment for Seth Wilson. Kickoff will come the other way. Wyatt Dan will kick off for the Tigers, moving right to left. They've had two successful onside kicks already. Let's see if they try one again here. Hand in the air, Dan. Here's the whistle, puts it down, runs up to the ball, and squibs one to the 25, recovered by JD. And here they come down the far sideline, turn in the corner, gets shoved out of bounds at around midfield, and JD will set up shop at the Mexico 49.
Velasco on the kick return.
Not a bad way to come back out after fumbling the football. The special teams right at midfield. Now a chance to get back. You got to move quickly, though.
Number 26, Joseph Velasco, returned that one down the far sideline. Ball is placed on the far hashes at the 50-yard line. The Red Rams emerge from the huddle in the shotgun. Guidoni with two receivers to either side, and Gerlich is running back, standing to his left. Flag flies before the play. An illegal substitution was made by Mexico.
Flags on Mexico.
We'll make it a first down and 5 for JD at the Mexico 45.
It'll be first and 5 for the 45.
Same formation, two receivers split out to either side. Guidoni in the shotgun. Hands out in front of him, takes the snap, looks to the far side, fires deep. That one flies over the head of everybody, incomplete at around the 30-yard line.
Incomplete
Rare to
pass.
see
Second
JD taking
foul.
those shots offensively. Expect to see it more now. Down by 2 scores. You got to move with some tempo.
Desperation mode with playoff seating on the line here. 10:57 to go in the fourth quarter. They line up in the shotgun again. Two receivers split out either side. Is it too early to abandon the run game? Guidoni takes the snap. He's looking to pass. He rolls out to his left, and he takes off down the far sideline steps out of bounds at the 39, past the line to gain for a first down. Guidoni, the team's leading rusher, moves the chains and stops the clock. More importantly, gives the Red Rams the fighting chance in the late goings.
Yeah, just his third rush of the day. He's been quiet offensively, but showing why he's the leading rusher on the season there, taking off there in the legs and able to move with some speed.
Just under 11 minutes to go. The left-handed quarterback, Guidoni, stands in the shotgun. Man in motion. He takes the snap. Flag flies. A false start called against Jamesville-DeWitt before the play starts. That'll bring up a 1st and 15 from the Mexico 44.
Just the type of things that kill you if you're coaches. At this point in the game, you got to get rid of that type of stuff, and both squads still committing pre-snap penalties.
Chance of you can't do that coming from the home crowd, taunting the visiting team. 10:49 to go, 1st and 15. Guidoni, hands in front of him, takes the snap. Fakes the jet sweep, now runs to the far sideline, dances it around the 45 before he's dropped by a pair of Mexico defenders. Gain of maybe 1.
Guidoni on the quarterback keeper. Seth Wilson in there hit him first.
That penalty really changes the complexion of things. Now a 2nd down and long. You pretty much really have to take a shot eventually if you're JD. You're in a tough position.
We've seen JD try it a few times to varying success. Most recently, a deep incompletion down the far sideline. Looking for Ernest Johnson, the 4th. 10-13 and counting. 34-20, Mexico leads. JD with the ball moving left to right. Guidoni takes the snap, looking to pass. He fires towards the far sideline. That is well behind his receiver, Johnson. And it brings up a 3rd and long.
Incomplete pass.
Just not a great throw. Like you said, behind the receiver by about a yard or two, and Johnson really couldn't turn towards the ball in time. Just got to be more on point.
A 3rd down and 14 with 10 minutes to go at the Mexico 43. You got to imagine right now is 4th down territory no matter the result of this play, right?
Absolutely. By 2 scores, 10 minutes to go. Mexico is going to run the clock if they have the football. They've got to go for it.
Guidoni in the shotgun, 2 receivers either side. He takes a snap, looking to pass. He fires over the middle. That one is almost intercepted. Incomplete in and out of the hands of number 20 for Mexico, Johnny Greeno. Now a 4th down and 14, down 2 scores. The JD Rams are keeping their offense on the field. This could be the ball game right here.
10 minutes to go, but with the way Mexico can run out the clock and the way they've been keeping it on the ground, pretty much almost is.
4th down and long. Guidoni in the shotgun, takes the snap. Looking to pass, pressure comes, he rolls to his left. Flag flies, he fires across the field. Leaping grab is made by number 2, Salatha Willis, right by the line to gain. I think he's just short, but there is a flag in the backfield.
Number 2, Willis.
What an excellent overhead grab from Willis.
First down marker.
Let's see what this penalty is.
We do have a flag back in the backfield.
Fans in the crowd want a holding call against Jamesville-DeWitt. Flag is back around the 49-yard line. But if it stands, what an outrageous play. Something we haven't seen all day from the Red Rams.
Yeah, a miracle bomb there. They just come up with that incredible effort. And really, if you're Mexico, you can't do much more. Just a fortunate, row for JD.
Refs deliberating at the 30-yard line. One emerges from the huddle, discussing the penalty in line to gain. He looks at the Jamesville-DeWitt sideline, perhaps signal what the penalty is.
We're going to get a measurement here.
Now the chains are coming out for a measurement to see if the ball is at the line to gain. Ball placed on the near side hash of the 29-yard line. Confusion still as to what the flag is, so will this spot matter? Chain marks that the ball is beyond the line to gain. Jamesville-DeWitt picks up the first down. But with some uncertainty as to what the flag is, we could be replaying 4th down. Holding called against the offense.
on JD.
Mexico will accept to bring up a 4th and 24.
Here's Coach Morbido says.
So after that Herculean effort from the wide receiver Willis to make the grab, all that work was for nothing, right?
All for nothing, and the big question is, what does JD do now? 4th down and 24. There's been no punts tonight. You kind of got to go for it, though. 10 minutes to go, down by 14. Really, you're in a tight spot.
And if Mexico gets the ball back right here, all they need is one more score, and the fat lady can start warming up. This game is most likely over. But a 4th and 24, let's not speak too soon. 9:39 and counting. Guidoni in the shotgun. He takes this 2 men in motion. He takes the snap. Flag flies. Runner goes down the far sideline before he's tripped up before the line to gain. But on a legal motion, most likely will be called with 2 men running at the same time before the snap.
Right at the sticks for the first down, but we do have a flag on the play.
Talk about another great offensive play that's probably going to come back. 24 yards. Again, that's erased.
2 valiant tries. The illegal motion penalty is declined, so Mexico will take over on offense from their own 31.
JD. Result of the play is going to be a turnover on downs. Mexico ball.
So Mexico regains control, up 2 scores, 34-20, with a little more than 9 minutes to go in the ball game.
And now for Mexico, just slow things down. Dermody on the ground been working so well tonight. Just keep going with that. Run this clock out and come out of here with a victory.
Now the question is, though, do you want to give it to Dermody with risk of being injured before the postseason? There's other weapons on this team they can give to. Mack takes the snap under center, hands off to Dermody, who's dragged down at the 32 in the middle of the field, give him a gain of 1.
Tackled by number 54, Sobe from JD.
Now a 2nd down and 9 on the way. With a little over 9 minutes to go, the clock keeps ticking away. If the result holds, Mexico is 9 minutes away from playing here again in the first round of the playoffs versus Cortland. Mexico emerges from the huddle, and Mack settles under center, T formation in the backfield. He hands off to Dermody, running towards the near sideline. He gets a block, and he turns upfield to the 45-50. Dragged, but he's still in bounds before being spun out of bounds at the JD 45. A pickup of about 15, and another first down for the Mexico Tigers.
Yeah, Dermody just turning those legs on the near side, refusing to go down. JD, big gain, and again, if you're JD, you got to stop them here. They've had no answer.
8.5 to go. Dermody being spun out of bounds does stop the clock, at least until they emerge from the huddle, which they do now. JD has 4 men up front, anticipating a run, and Braden Mack lines up under center with 2 running backs beside him. Split off to the right side, a handoff to Dermody, who fights up the middle before being dragged down after a gain of about 1.
Dermody on the carry again for 3 yards. Taken down by number 55, Bryce Dady.
Bryce Dady again in on the tackle.
We've got another update from the girls' sectional soccer
Dragged
game.
down Dermody by the
3
shoulder
minutes
pads.
remaining. It's still 0-0.
Second and 9, for Mexico at the JD 44. Moving right to left in their black uniforms. Mack under center yet again. 2 running backs to either side of him in the backfield. Dermody in motion. Drops the toss. It's on the ground. Dermody dives on it. And it looks like he regains possession around midfield at the 45-yard line. A scary play with a lead to protect for Mexico.
That was exactly what JD needed. A good chance, but Mexico falls right on top of it. Big scare for the Tigers nonetheless.
A fortunate Mexico bounce keeps it in the home team's possession, but now with a 3rd and 10 at the JD 45, they have 2 more chances to burn some clock. We're at 7.5 and counting. Here's Braden Mack again under center. 1 receiver to either side and a running back in motion. A fake toss. Now Mack takes it himself. Fires downfield. It lands on the grass at the 27 just before reaching Marabudo.
receiver, number 22, Nico
Brings up
Martino.
a 4th and 10
It's
and stops the clock.
4th and 10 from the 45. Both teams have all
An
three
ambitious
timeouts
play call, to
remaining.
say the least, from Coach T. Marabuito from the Tigers, but does not pay dividends. Another incomplete pass for New Mexico.
Yeah, and the offense staying on the field again. They haven't punted it yet today. Big chance for JD really here. Not much to really lose. Down by 14. If they can get a stop, they can get right back into this game with a quick drive.
Game's not over yet. A big 4th down on the way from the JD 45. Mexico with it, moving right to left. Max stands in the shotgun with a running back to his right. Timeout is called on the field. Mexico burns its first. Didn't like what they saw from the Red Rams defense.
7:14.
We're going to take a short break before play resumes. With 7:14 to go, Mexico leads over Jamesville-DeWitt 34-20 in this 4th quarter. Stay with us on CNY.
Max Preps is America's source for high school sports, and we're looking for more broadcasters out there that have an interest in providing live audio from their high school events. No experience needed, but it can be gained. Email socialmp@cbsinteractive.com.
Tigers with it with a 4th and 10. Mexico leads over JD 34-20 in the 4th quarter. 2 men playing really deep for the The 30, recovered at the 15. Here come the Red Rams. He spun out at the 19-yard line. That's number 12 for
That's number
JD.
12, Johnson, the 4th. On
Johnson.
the kick return, taken down by number 80.
So the
Wyatt
first punch in the
Chamberlain.
game
He did have a flag
comes
on the
halfway
flag.
through the 4th quarter. A flag is down on the return. We'll see what that's all about. Refs convening at the 19-yard line. Flag is picked up by the official at the
Flags will be on
15-yard
JD.
line.
Illegal block in the back.
The legal block in the back is called against Jamesville-DeWitt. And now they are backed up with the end zone breathing down. Ball will be spotted at the Jamesville-DeWitt 7-yard line.
8-yard line here.
And that's where the Rams will set up
Let's make
shop.
some noise for that Tiger defense.
7:04 to go here in the 4th quarter. Guidano in the shotgun with 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Running back Garlick joins him in the backfield. Mexico showing pressure. There is some 3-step movement, and that will draw the flag. A quick jump from number 60 of Mexico, Seth Wilson, will make this a much more manageable 1st down and 5 at the yard line.
Mexico can
My oh
move
my,
5
these
yards.
penalties just keep
First and 5 from the 13.
getting up there. Mexico not making adjustments penalty-wise. Same mistakes over and over again.
It's in big moments, too. A chance for the safety there. Now another passing down, 1st and 5. Guidano in the shotgun. Takes the snap at his waist. A toss to the running back, Garlick, who runs down the near sideline. Tackle missed, and he is rolled down by his jersey out of bounds to the 34. A pickup of about 20, and a 1st down for Jamesville-DeWitt. Flag is down at the 15-yard line. And it looks like the Jamesville-DeWitt offense is walking back. So the big run is offset by a holding penalty.
Penalties on JD holding.
We'll bring it all the way back to the original line of scrimmage at the 8-yard line. And a repeat of the 1st down. Just crushing for JD. Their biggest play of the second half is negated by a holding call.
Same thing that happened on the last drive. You had those 2 penalties when you converted on 4th down. Just it seems like on the big plays, JD can't have good things. They keep making mistakes.
A little under 7 minutes to play. JD moving left to right at their own 8-yard line. Guadano just 3 steps away from the end zone. He's got 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Garlick motions from the near to the far side. He's looking to pass. The lefty fires deep down the far sideline, and that is right through the hands of a defensive back. Flags fly at the 29. A little handsy down there on the far sideline, and it looks like a pass interference might be called against Mexico.
The defender, though, had that right to his chest and couldn't haul it in. It was an easy grab going the other way for a pick 6 and just dropped it at the third.
Just tangled up with the receiver. Away, hands on the shoulder pads. Didn't give him a chance to make a play. Referee throws another flag after the Mexico coach comes on the field to protest. So I believe they're going to call a pass interference against Mexico and then add on a little bit more thanks to the unsportsmanlike conduct from Coach T. Guadano or T. Mirabuto walking onto the field.
Penalties going back and forth. Both teams just so undisciplined, and this will really haunt them in the playoffs if they can't get it together.
Girls soccer is in the first
100% Ryan.
overtime now, still
And that's
0-0.
an avoidable
So
mistake. They were back at their own 8.
I'll keep you
Now
posted.
JD is at their own 38. A gain of 20 from penalties alone. 3 receivers split out to the near side. Guadoni in the snap in the shotgun tosses it to Garlick. Garlick races down the numerals to the 50, hooks the shoulder down and pulls his way for a first down to the Mexico 49.
Nothing to carry. Hit low by number 4, Nevin Derby taking him down. It is going to be enough for a JD
Just had a
first
quick
down.
time
Right
there.
at the 50-yard
Took it
line.
himself, looking for the angle.
6:43 remaining.
And JD with the football at midfield.
Clock's running.
Completely avoidable if you're Mexico too. A first down and 10 from midfield. Guadoni in the shotgun, man in motion to the near side. That one is a quarterback power up the middle. He races forward to the 40. Green grass in front of him. He cuts to the outside at the far sideline. He runs out of bounds at the 27-yard line. There is a pulse in this JD offense.
He rolled out of bounds. The
JD
clock
first down.
stops. Once again,
26-yard line.
JD not wasting a ton of time here, moving with tempo and keeping that clock stopped.
JD taking advantage of the lack of discipline from Mexico on this drive. 2 quick chunk plays puts them in striking distance. Trips to the right. Guadoni in the shotgun, takes the snap, tosses to his running back, Derelick. Edstead, he's got nowhere to go. He's swallowed up at the 40 and dropped at the 44.
99 for the carry.
Wyatt Chamberlain read that play like a book and knocked down the Red Ram running backs for a loss of a mile.
You said it, a loss of a mile. He was going absolutely nowhere. That's the momentum Mexico needed back. Their first big stop of the drive.
Officially a loss of 10 on the play brings up a second down and 20 at the 36-yard line. Twins to either side, 2 receivers split out. Guadoni in the shotgun. Hands in front of him, takes the snap, fires quick to the near sideline at the 30. Racing down to the 20, he falls forward just barely in front of the line to gain 5:30 and counting. Number 26 brought that in, Joe Velasco. The freshman picks up his 3rd catch of the season.
22, Nico Morbido, and number 20, Johnny Greeno.
Nico Morbido brought him down. It's now a 3rd down and 4 at the 20-yard line of Mexico. Little over 5 minutes to play, and JD is driving. Down 2 scores, still a lot of work to do, but they can make up for it a little bit right here. Guadoni trips to his right, takes the snap. He's running on the QB power to the far side. Cuts up at the hashes at the 20. Near the first down marker, did he get it? The referee marks him at the 18-yard line. And he'll be marked just short. It brings up a 4th down and 1. A little under 5 minutes to go. The ball game is on the line with this coming up play, right?
It is on the line. Big play for JD here. 4th down and 2. They don't get this. Mexico can pretty much just run things in.
34-20. Mexico on top, 4th and 2. JD quarterback Guidoni, no. The receivers move early before the ball is snapped. A huge false start in the 4th and 2 will bring the JD offense back 5 yards.
And you just know head coach Joe Corley, if JD doesn't win this game, he'll look back at that penalty. So costly. Changes the whole complexion of this play. Probably going to have to pass it.
Could have went with the run. They've been succeeding all day on the ground.
We go for 4th and 1.
Now it's a 4th down and 7 from the Mexico 25. JD still in the huddle, trying to drum up the right play call. Guidoni comes in from the sideline to deliver it. 34-20, Mexico holds on to a 14-point lead. JD needs to cut into it right now or it'll be adios. Trips to the right, one receiver alone to the left. Guidoni takes the snap at his chest, fires to the near sideline, wide open, but through the hands of the receiver, it's incomplete. And Mexico will take over at their own 24.
Pass and turnover on downs.
You know it's close to Halloween here just because a lot of guys have Butterfingers out there. Right through the receiver's hands, an easy grab, turning to make the ball, just couldn't haul it in. Really, Mexico now in full control of this game.
Hey Ryan, you might say that he saw ghosts on that play.
3:55 remaining in the
A
game.
wide open play. If he just hauls that in, it's probably 6, and we're looking at a brand new ball game instead. Mexico has a chance with under 4 minutes and a 1st and 10 to bleed this clock all the way down. Mack lines up under center with the T formation behind him. He takes the snap and hands off to Dermody, running towards the near sideline, staying patient, looking for the block in the hole. Cuts back in the 25, moving up towards the near sideline, still on his feet to the 35 and falls forward to the 37, right by the 1st down marker. Did he get it?
That's number 4, Nevin Dermody on the carry.
There's a JD Red Ram down at the
Just take it down
20-yard
by number
line
66.
after the huge run.
We do have an injured player.
Knees will be taken, and we'll take a back seat. We'll be back after a short break after he's attended to. Stay with us here on CNY Stream. Mexico 34, JD 20.
The fall season is here, and Game Mic is your source for live audio. Together with MaxPreps.com, we'll be live from high school events all across the country, from the biggest football games to...
That's number 65, Varag, helped off by some trainers for Jamesville-DeWitt. It's a 34-20 ball game, just under 4 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. Mexico with the lead and the ball. A 1st down and 10 at their own 36-yard line. Ball set up on the near side hash. Mack in the shotgun, Dermody in motion. Quick pass fake, no, he runs up the middle, quarterback power, he ducks through and heads forward to the 50, cuts back to the 45, 40, regress to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Mexico! A 64-yard run from the quarterback, Braden Mack, to put this game on ice. 40-20, the home team Mexico leads over Jamesville-DeWitt in the dying embers of the 4th quarter, just 3:22 to play.
Braden Mack already had a touchdown on the ground and does it again. What a run up the middle, turning on the Jets.
Looks like Lamar Jackson out there with some of the moves he was making in the open field. Looks like the offense is going to stay out there and go for it too. An interesting decision, already up 20 with a little bit more than an hourglass left in this 4th quarter. Trips lined up to the far side, one receiver to the left. Mack in the shotgun. Receiver in motion, Devity. He takes a snap, rolls to his left, looking for a hole. Gets a block, and he's into the end zone on the near side. Makes it a 42-20 ball game after the successful 2-point conversion.
The 2-point conversion is good. JD 20,
Open space on the near side.
42.
No problem. Just rolling on the left. Got a few blocks. New Mexico just really enforcing their will now.
I'm just a little curious about the call with the game already out of reach for the Red Rams. Why do you try to tack it on like that?
It's a good question, and you could possibly see JD in the playoffs. There's a chance. You're going to play Cortland next week, but you could see JD. So to do that type of stuff at the end of the game,
It'll leave a bad taste. It'll leave a bad taste for sure.
It could bite you in the back. So when you're doing those things, you just got to be careful.
42-20. Mexico with the lead comes out to kick right to left. In front of a beautiful autumn backdrop illuminated by the two lights on the far side of the field. Wyatt Dan comes out to kick yet again. 2 successful onside kicks, and after that 2-point conversion, you can't take a third one off the table. Hand up, hand down, and here comes the kick. Short and to the far sideline, bounces at the 20, over the head of the returner and treading towards the end zone. It'll die right beyond the goal line for a touchback.
Fortunate for JD, that was close to maybe dropping at the one. Got a fortunate Red Rams roll across the goal line, but that could have been just another disaster.
Skip, a bump, and a hop from that ball. You never knew where it was going to land. And fortunately for the Rams, that does land in the end zone. Now, the offense treads back out for Jamesville-DeWitt with nothing but pride to play for now. A 22-point ball game. This lead basically insurmountable with 3:22 to go. They emerge from the huddle in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 receiver alone to the right. Guidoni stands in the shotgun with Gerlich to his left. He takes the snap, looking to the far side. Now pressure comes. He rolls out that way. Spun down just beyond the 20. Ball will be spotted at 22 for a gain of 2. Now a 2nd down and 8. Clock running with just over 3 minutes to go.
13, Jack Bingham. Going to be a gain of 2 on the play. Clock's running.
First read wasn't available for the quarterback, so he called his own number, took it himself, and protected his body, all things considered. Now under 2 minutes to go. 42-20, Mexico leads. Jamesville-DeWitt with the ball, moving left to right. Man in motion from the far to near side. Guidoni takes the snap and runs up the middle with a head of steam to the 40, to the 45-50. Spins off the tackle and falls forward to the Mexico 40 after a gain of about 40 himself. So despite the game being out of hand, Guidoni not going to go down without a fight.
No, he's not going to go down without a fight. You just wonder again. We haven't seen much of Guidoni taking it himself, but he's been having success when he does do it. Why not take it a bit more?
2:20 to go. 1st down and 10. The Red Rams set up shop at the Mexico 40. Staring down a 22-point deficit. They've got 3 receivers out to the near side, 1 to the far. Guidoni, hands in front of him, takes the snap at the chest. Fires deep down the far sideline. Jump ball falls incomplete, just barely in and out of the hands of Wilkes.
Nice high arching spiral there. On point. Just wobbled by the receiver.
One of the best throws we've seen today from Guidoni. Unfortunately, Salata Willis couldn't get his hands on it as he did so valiantly on a 4th down and long in the last possession. A tick over 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter of play. 2nd down and 10 at the Mexico 40. Guidoni stands in the shotgun, 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Left foot behind the right. He takes the snap of the chest. Fires quickly down the far sideline again, and it falls incomplete at the 17-yard line. Miscommunication with his receiver, Willis, on that far side. Drifted towards the sideline while the receiver was cutting in.
Same place, same intended receiver, just this time Willis didn't know where to go. Was kind of looking helpless over at the 20.
2 straight deep incompletions makes it a 3rd down and 10 at the 40-yard line. 1:59 to go in regulation. Guidoni has 3 receivers to his right, and his running back Garlick joins him in the backfield in the gun. Mexico showing pressure. He takes the snap, a quick toss to Gerlich. Running behind the pulling guard to the 40. He runs into his guard and is spun down at the 35 for a gain of 5. Brings up a 4th down and 5. And you got to imagine the Red Rams are going to go for it just for pride.
Definitely they're going to go for it, and it's something you could possibly take into momentum to the playoffs. You're not going to win this football game, but have something you can leave the contest on a positive note on.
Under 90 seconds to go in this game, a senior night for Mexico, and the fans have shown out in droves, and it's been a really successful night for them. Ball placed on the near side hash. 3 receivers out right, 1 to the left. Guidoni takes a snap, fires on the slant route. That's caught by Willis, who's beyond the line to gain, spun down to the 21-yard line for a first down that'll stop the clock for now with 1:06 to go in the game.
First down, a dangerous throw nonetheless. There was a defender on the slant who outstretched his right arm, almost got a hand on it, and that could have been going back the other way.
They tried going deep the previous 2 throws, this time going short, and it pays dividends. 1st and 10 at the 24. He takes the snap, quick toss to Gerlich on the near side, cuts up at the 20. In between the numbers and hash, he fights through a gaggle of Tigers before he's dragged down to the turf at the 19. 45 seconds to go. The clock is stopped for now.
Carries by
Marabito in on the tackle, and it appears as though a timeout has been called.
Tigers in on the tackle on that one. They set up 2nd and 7.
45 seconds to go. Mexico with complete and utter domination throughout this game, but the final score might be a little misleading, Ryan. What have you seen from JD to show their fight today?
Yeah, I mean, they've been running the ball very well overall. 2 players obviously have been the key for them, but they have been moving the football well on the Mexico defense. You wonder, with the Tigers having depleted numbers, if that has something to do with it. But overall, compared to what we saw in the past with JD scoring just 8 points through 3 games, they've made great strides today.
An encouraging sign, and if they score right here, they can come in with a little bit of momentum as an underdog, the 4 seed in the playoffs. If this result does hold, which it probably should with 45 seconds left.
It'll be a tough contest at South Jefferson, undefeated.
Guidoni ready to get things going again. 3 receivers in the trick formation to the right side. Ball placed on the near side hash. 1 receiver alone on the left side. Whistles blow before the snap. Timeout now called again for Mexico. So 2 straight timeouts.
Surprising to see the Tigers call timeout. You know you're going to win the football game, just kind of stalling it out here, really.
You know, you might want to give the seniors a little bit of a moment to bathe in the sunshine while they can. Well, nothing is given in this sport. It's always a great honor to be honored on your senior night. The dedication that these players have put into their program is on display tonight. They've got a lot of fans in the crowd pulling for them. I've seen plenty of seniors put their stamp on the game for Mexico. I think back to a Seth Willis fumble recovery touchdown. He's the senior. Nick Marabito has gotten a lot of cheers from the crowd, made a few good tackles on defense. And Evan Dermody, of course, a huge scorer today. He's got 3 touchdowns, a 2-point conversion for the Tigers today. 44 ticks to go in the game. The crowd getting loud on a 2nd down and 6. The quarterback rolls to the near sideline, points and throws. That's caught in stride. The receiver loses the ball on the goal line, and the Tigers recover in their own end zone. A simple pitch and catch ends disastrously for the Red Rams, and the Tigers will get the ball back with 33 seconds.
Recovered by Johnny Carino in the
Mexico. JD 1 yard away from a touchdown, and they couldn't get it done. A big hit from the Tigers, and that's going to do things here.
Speaking of seniors, Johnny Carino comes up with the ball in the end zone, puts a stamp on this game. 33 seconds, 42-20. Mexico leads over the visiting Jamesville-DeWitt. They'll take over from their own 20-yard line, ball placed in the center of the field. It's been big play after big play after big play for Mexico. Did a little cheap play in the first half. In the second half, they didn't have to. They scored long touchdowns, a 64-yard touchdown run from Braden Mack, a 60-yard fumble recovery from Seth Willis. They line up under center in victory formation. Braden Mack takes a kneel with his left knee. And that should do it. The offense comes trotting off the field. The seconds tick away, 20 and counting. Mexico takes this one 42-20. over Jamesville-DeWitt. They'll head into the playoffs as the 2 seed with plenty of football left to play.
And the Tigers take
Alongside
the
Ryan
victory.
Randoni, I'm Just Tukolsky on CNY Stream. Thanks for tuning in. 42-20. The Tigers take it over the Red Raiders. Thank you for tuning in.
Your Mexico Tigers 42.